All right, is everybody in here?
It's because this element takes a percentage of it. So when you zoom out,
How
it
many, I
makes this
can't.
bigger.
I don't know how many people we have. Is anybody
I'm
not in the watch together?
I'm in right now.
Oh yeah, we never finished.
Oh, you can full screen.
You
Can you
can.
full screen?
Yeah, it's the thing, like the gear on the bottom.
Here
Oh.
on
Yeah,
the
the
bottom.
settings. Yeah, I can full screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Is it
Is
blurry
it
for anyone
blurry?
else?
Let's try to play it and see if it's worried.
Okay. Do we?
You can set playback quality.
Oh,
Oh, this is Smitty have to play it?
HD 720.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get that HD 720 quality or whatever is the good quality.
I see my mix.
Why is it?
Oh my god, if I
Why
keep
is
hearing
it,
this.
like,
Who's this?
Oh
it's
my
not
gosh,
playing
it keeps
correctly?
pausing and-
It does the first second and then it loops.
Let's get you in mid. Get you in mid and then.
Wait,
Gosh,
Wait,
I'll
I
play
refreshed,
back
I
one.
refreshed, I refreshed, and it's like fine.
oh, hey,
Okay.
you're right.
No.
Actually, no.
Op's kind of big. Can we save them?
It's fine for me now. I
Oh,
think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it now too.
I had to go.
Good look.
I couldn't.
Okay, I'm at 320. What happened?
Yeah, who's
320.
good for it? It's 220.
Okay, only one person
yeah,
can control
320.
it.
Okay.
This is. Wait, no, this is too far ahead. Alright, I'm
Alright.
gonna take us back.
I'm moving it back. I'm moving it back.
No,
Is that
let,
fine?
let me do it. Alright, I got it. Alright, are we good?
Yep.
Nice, good round.
I watched a lot into. I had to peek into your flash because I didn't want to give away my position for the
Oh,
Soma
my
dart. No, it's okay. It was just unlucky timing. I probably should have just destroyed dart. I don't know.
Wait, did I call out my flash? I don't remember.
You did.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, I was faced with dart,
Yeah.
being spotted by dart, or not peeking with you.
Hmm.
So I said I'll bait my body for the flash.
Sweet. And you didn't die, so that's cool.
Yeah. We take this.
I'm pausing right here real quick. It's
Mhm.
perfect timing. Hopefully you hit that shot. But what are you gonna be doing moving forward for Breeze? Are you guys gonna be running double controller, or are you gonna still be running that same comp?
We're probably at
let me
least
pull
going to
up the
stay with all the
spreadsheet.
comps. We're going to stay with all the comps we have now, probably until their Little League is done. Just so we can stay consistent on comps.
Alright, fair enough. Then I'll save all my suggestions and stuff like that for after the league then. While we
I
can
think-
revisit this map.
I like the comp. It's not bad. I just think your setups could be a little bit different.
I
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know
Viper
where to
should
play
play A.
Nova.
I think you should play. I think you should play A and Viper plays B. Just because whenever they push out, you can dart above main, and that can give you
Yep.
picks. And
Should be free
Which-
picks every time, should be able to delay the push, whatever.
exactly.
Shoot through the smoke. Viper
Yeah,
on B is like, you just can't really push that because she can delay the entire round and be main by herself. And if not, if you decide to push through, it's like free kills for her.
And then
Oh.
Sloth, all she has to do is put trips up in hallway, and then where Smitty's at right now, and you guys have everything covered. And she can rotate freely.
Yep. Mid is it's kind of weird when I talk about mid on this map because in my opinion, I feel like it's a trap mid on defense, but like at the same time, you have to hold mid because the people on site can get isolated and it's pretty easy to walk up halls and do
Mhm.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't like holding mid here because there's too many angles.
I don't think you even have to like necessarily hold it. Like I feel like as long as you make sure they don't go into B from this position, like mid to B, I think it's fine. Like I don't think you have to take such aggressive angles if we have somebody playing double doors.
Yeah, so if you just play like where Xavier is right now, as Jet, I think you're fine if Sloth trips you up top.
Hmm.
And then there's
You just
like
have to,
remember when we talked about the proactive and reactive stuff? So if you're looking at my screen right now, I'm playing Viper on this map on Breeze, and usually you have the Viper wall mid, like you shown in that video. Usually the Viper wall mid is really nice. It covers off the A and that, but Viper would probably be playing B. So what I would say that there's stuff you can do for certain rounds is that if you want to take some control of the space somewhere else, if you really wanted to take some B control, actually the wall is better on A to do it, but
I think if
for
you're
B as
playing
well.
B as Viper, you just hold that wall. You throw your orb down to hold it and delay B main, and then you hold that wall for retake A.
For sure. And then there's some rounds where if you're like, I don't know if it's an eco round or you want to take some A main control, you could just put this wall down here, start of the round. You could pop this wall here. Actually, you can do it a little deeper. Let me get a better wall here, because you don't want them to be able to swing out on you like that. You can do a wall like this, flash through the wall over here, or molly back here, spray it, try to fight for this A main control. I don't really like fighting for any control on this map because this map is so big and you can really just there's too many avenues to attack a site from. You can attack from here, from mid, go up through ropes, you could attack from here, you can go all the way around from bridge. The sites are really, really isolated and you can easily attack on this map. So I feel like you said, you can just have the Viper Orb over on B here. I like to just wait at the start of the round, peek like this sometimes just in case I want to hold my orb, or I just throw it down at the very start of the round. That orb, and then you molly a couple times and you should be fine. They really can't push through that, and if they do, they're like brain dead and it's a free kill for you. A lot of people throw this mid wall. Like Hashra says, I hate this mid wall with a passion. You're really not doing anything with this wall in general. Yes, you can kind of hold mid with it and walk down and fight it, but if you're fighting mid every round, you're just giving up so much of the map just for minimum return, small gains. Like they don't
Yeah,
even
I
have
never throw
some.
the mid wall. I agree. I think the mid wall's kind of tragic bad.
You just kind of, I don't know why I can't pick up the wall right now.
Just depends on situations.
For sure. I always throw like a wall for here or a little bit deeper if anything. It would usually cover like bricks as well. I just threw it on the fly, and then you can retake from there if you're Viper. A lot of things I like to do is I like to just throw a molly off the wall to force people out of that back to the area. Right pyramid or whatever call out you want to use for it.
I call it titty as well.
The wall is usually deeper from here. If you're really trying to retake it, you just go mid and throw it. And you can just fight everybody on site, and then there'll be people stuck main or bricks, and you can easily be able to defuse and whatnot. Viper on this map is kind of easy to play. You guys have let me check back. You have a Sky. I usually like having my Sky play on B as well, because you can always get the early info if you want. You can even come here and you can flash out mid to gain info if they're mid, and you could just dog up here, dog up elbow, and see if they're rushing B early, so you can call up rotates. Your whole job as Sky is just to grab info. That's what your whole kit is for. That's the same thing with almost every initiator, unless your name is Breach. You just want to grab info and have your team rotate and play off of that. So you'd be flashing out high over mid for anything, you'd be talking when you're retaking. When you're rotating, try your best not to rotate through mid. It's really hard to do, and like sometimes I do it all the time from like just the availability to rotate through mid. But they'll always, in a scrim or in a match or anything against the actual proper team, they'll always have someone lurking, whether it's Chamber, whether it's someone else, Jet, Reyna. someone's going to be lurking either mid or they're going to be lurking late B in their spawn. So when you're just rotating, you can't just knife out, rotate mid. You have to clear all the areas and whatnot. So you can flash mid to clear it while you're rotating through mid doors and all that good stuff. And then you just flash and blind sight when you're retaking, and you're fine. Let's see, who else do you have in your comp? You have the Jet, and you have Sova, and you have
Chamber.
So as Sova, let me just switch this over real quick.
Wait, I didn't even know you could do that in custom games.
Yeah. I always like my Sovas playing either like Back City or even Yellow Box if you want to play a little bit safer. It's all up to you. Usually when they're hitting anyways, they'll have a Viper wall, so you could always just fall back to container if you need to. But if you really want to, you can dart early for some early info if you're planning to fight it or whatnot, and you want to just get an understanding of what they want to do on their eco round. Or if you're holding your dart, you could always just dart up here or dart anywhere again along the wall, so that when they're coming in, they either have to turn to get the dart, or they're gonna get tagged regardless, and you can just easily shoot them through the Viper wall. There's nothing they can do against that. This character is broken for a reason. You guys want to drone from safety here. You gotta be careful because anybody can walk up through halls, because where Chamber is usually gonna trip. If she trips at the start of the round, I believe the wall is like something like that. She'll put it either here or back here, so they can't get through bridge, but they can always just open the door and fight you there without getting revealed by the chamber slow. So you just gotta be careful unless your teammate wants to play a little bit far forward, walk up and put it in this cubby, which is a great place to put a chamber slow or any type of trap of that sort to really catch someone in halls.
So what should our default be then? Like if we have me and Sky on B, Sober on A, where does Smitty on Jet and Sloth on Chamber on this map? Want to play?
So Smitty on Jet, you can do a bunch of things as Jet.
Yeah, you can play A, you can play double doors, obviously. I guess more so Chamber, because I feel like Jet's versatile to play on anywhere on this map, really.
Chamber is pretty versatile as well for the fact that he can teleport around. I see a lot of Chambers playing stairs or container as well, or bridge, because they can have like a TP here and then TP over to nest and play over there and kind of, well, not out in the open, but like somewhere around here, so they can, in case people are pushing mid and trying to get through B tunnel here, they can get the easy quick rotate. Chamber would kind of be like the mid rotator, and he's just going around helping the team wherever they need to be helped. Or if the tripwire is, I mean not the tripwire, I play too much Cypher. If the slow is activated here, he can TP back, he can help by halls, or if he's on bridge, he can already come and help by halls, so should be fine for him to play anywhere. As the Jet, there's a bunch of things you can do since you're opping. You can also rotate around wherever you want to play. I know, hold on, let me get out of this. Lots of Jets like to play close, and then they can dash out if they get a pick or not. You can always try and like make it quickly to this box here, because as Jet, you have a get out of jail free card, or even Chamber can do this too as well, because he can TP. But you know,
Along
you can
the
always try
lines,
to walk through this box here.
along the lines of that aggressive, I want to say this because you're showing that spot right there where they try to get behind the box. I saw this in my comp game the other night, where the Viper wall was setting it up to where that aggressive Viper wall that you were showing down A was setting it up so that the Jet could hide in that corner with that box and wall was covering her. We could try to do some cheesy shit like that, Smitty, if you want to just quickly get in there, and then we just Viper wall you in here. Who's gonna expect that?
Yeah, no one's gonna expect that. I don't know if we're ever gonna end up actually pulling it out, but we can figure it out for setup if we want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can try out. It's pretty easy to do, and chamber would probably be better because the what's it called? The jet dash doesn't go as far, you know? It can still like get shot from the open, whereas because of the breeze changes, but whereas before you could always just go here in this corner, get a quick pick dash out, and there's nothing the other enemy team could do to trade you. Chamber could just TP out and like somewhere here behind. Um,
The
Jet can
problem is the sound
always
queue, though. Is the sound queue of placing his TP?
um
Right when it just gives his position if he plays there, like behind a Viper smoke.
not necessarily, because he'll have one CPR place the CP he needs to get out, but
Is that my internet or is he going robot for anyone else?
He's going
Oh,
robot.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm going robot. I should be fine now, but you can always place a TP here, and maybe somebody will think this is slow. It like yes, the sound the sound cue can kind of reveal that, but that's kind of the risk you take by playing aggressively like that.
Wait, when you put it like pre-round, does it still make a noise when the barrier
If you
goes
put it
down?
pre-round, it doesn't make a noise. But because there's a barrier here, if you like needed to place a second one,
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Hello, Mr. Roboto.
it's all good. If you put a TP or a slow or anything pre-round, it doesn't make noise or like they can't hear it. But if you, because you need to put a second TP to be able to TP out. If you put one over here or one back here, they can hear that. But that's kind of the risk that you get for that high risk, high reward play. It's just something that you kind of already know is gonna happen. So you can't just expect them to walk in and not clear you, because they can. They easily can. Um, as Jet, you can always fight mid here with the knob, just peeking this angle, or not even with the knob, with anything and peek it, because you can always just dash back out. Sometimes I see some Jets playing up here, if they can really get up here, some cheeky angles here. Um, if you really want to, if you really, I don't know why you would, but in any round that you do put the Viper wall there for mid, you can play up here and you should be able to see over the Viper wall. And if you have knives and whatnot, pretty sure you can just float over here, right? Yeah, you can. And then you can just easily get to here. I think you can float the whole way. Let me check. Because you should be able to float to this box and then float to this box. Yeah, should be fine. So you should still have one updraft that you can do whatever you want as Jet. Um, there's a bunch of stuff you like. I don't need to tell you what Jet can do on this map. You play Jet, you know what to do on Breeze. You can get on a lot of off angles, places elevated off the ground, and just really fight them with the knob and dash away. I don't think I've ever seen any Jet player play up here, but I guess you can. It all depends on how risky you want to play and how you think you would be able to impact the round. And then whenever you're on B, you have to rotate someone over, so maybe Sky wouldn't be on B that round, or you change up somebody's positioning to kind of just mirror that and keep all maps of all
I,
areas of the
s-
map accounted for.
I see a lot of Jet players holding rotations up there where you just were.
Up there,
Up in
yeah.
up in that
I've seen
corner.
race players up here as well. They'll like satchel up on top of this wall at the start of the round from like maybe here or from Nest,
They just
and they'll
hold
be
it. It's a
here.
good spot.
This is a really good spot to play because you can see here, you can fight that.
Even if in that corner you can hold mid, they won't get that pick and drop down.
Yep. I even see like Jet players playing on here on attack really, because you can still fight the A here too, and then you can always hop up here and fight this, like someone pushing here or fight here, even while they're rotating when you're coming over onto A. one notion that you guys all as players have to kind of get out of your head, and I think Sloth is probably the only one that understands that right now, is that like even though yes, Sentinels are the ones that usually lurk because that's kind of their playstyle, it doesn't mean that like other people can't lurk. And at the same time, it's not that they're lurking, they're just holding for rotations. Lurking essentially is trying to look for a pick or trying to get yourself in an area that you're not expected to be in. So for example, Haven is like the best way to show it because a lurking Cypher could be standing outside of B, usually you know where B is, and then in that little cubby, and he'll wait for a rotate and he'll try to get a pick, or he'll try to lurk up onto a site by himself. It usually just means that you're not playing off of your teammates when you're lurking. But if you're playing for rotations, you can play alone. It's a whole different understanding. You're trying to draw rotations out, you're trying to get your team in a good position and gain info. Who am I missing? And then Chamber. Do I not have oh yeah, I do have Chamber. I'm blind as shit. Like we said, start of the round, you kind of just want to place a slow here. Trying to think of other places you can place a slow. If you're playing on A, you can place it slow here. You can place a slow here so they can't hop up and push
Hey,
you guys from
stop.
here.
Stop.
What's up?
No, sorry. Just yelling at my dog.
Puppy.
Oh, you can place a slow right here or right here. It doesn't matter, so they can't come through tunnels and can get some help. With your extra slow, you can put it here. You can put your other slow wherever you want. Honestly, depending on like where you're playing and where you want it to hold. But you should always have this slow right here. Always. No matter what, every single round there should be a slow in halls. That allows you to be able to play other positions without having to worry about getting lurked up on. And you can play and help out A because you essentially don't have to, you essentially have a person covering this area of the map with your util, so that's really, really good, and you can do that anywhere you want. As a chamber, you're kind of only playing around here because you can hold mid with your op, hold elbow. You can hold the halls. You can be over here if they're coming out of A. You can hold. Come on these stairs. You can hold. If you really want to, you can fight mid with your op and hold. You can always have a TP and CP back out, which is why chamber is so good and should always be played on this map. This map has long sight lines, so you should abuse it with the op. I'm pretty sure there's like an angle somewhere on here. I'm not sure if you have to jump on this box or if it's just here, where you can see a little bit over the Viper wall and see their heads. I believe it's just standing on the container like this, and you should be able to see over the Viper wall. So that's another thing you could do with the Sova as well. When Cypher used to be played a lot on this map, he'd put like cameras over here or like here where they can't really see it, and he would just never ping people and he'll grab info. You can throw darts up here as well, and they shouldn't be able to notice it. You can do a lot of stuff on this map and make it work, but that should be kind of your default. Have, excuse me, have the chamber play halls with the trip and play rotate and help on A and help on B. Have Jet kind of play the mid or aggressive A main angle, or she could play B on some rounds whenever she has op. Silva should always be playing A. He should be your A anchor, and Viper should be your B anchor. And then Sky will also be on B, kind of holding mid and elbow. And that's your default. That should be
Wow.
what you run on defense. Question, what does Zavi run? I said Zavi. Xavi run when you run that comp. Is she on the chamber?
Sova.
You on the
the
Sova?
Sova.
Alright. So you'd be on Sova, Xavier, you'd be on A. No, we can continue the VOD for now. Let's see if you hit the shot.
Oh
I've been
no.
wondering. I've been wondering this whole time.
Oh wait, I gotta move.
Let's
my-
place bets. Smitty can't bet because he might know what happened.
I
Uh,
don't.
I've
What?
watched a
You
lot of
spoiled
Smitty
it.
ops.
Huh? I don't know. Not. I know I don't hit the shot. I don't
Hey,
know.
this is Smitty Marshall, and I know
I
Smitty
know.
Marshall second round bye.
But also, I'm
Kinda
guessing I
not.
miss it.
Okay,
I'm
it's
gonna
really
say
close.
you missed as well.
No, I think he like. No, I think he tags.
I
it.
think he hits him in the toe. Doesn't go him.
Yeah.
So,
You got that pinky toe flick.
I'm gonna say he doesn't even shoot at all.
All right, let's start it then. Let's find out.
Started up.
Who's starting it?
I guess I'll start it. Oh, it just paused again.
I think you have to double click.
Okay. Someone else
The
did it for me?
suspense.
Uh,
I did. I also did it. So maybe.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
Smitty.
Told you.
Viper's on mid.
Done.
Oh boy.
Where's Viper? Is
Oh,
she-
nice.
Jets on site. Or not
They
Jets,
won't be, kind of.
Vipers on B.
I have a wall if you wait for me.
Big brain shock darts.
I'm gonna wall. Let's go.
Follow this.
Let's go left side.
I saw a bird over here that was thrown back sight. V, why'd you throw that bird there?
Paying attention.
Hold up, let me see if I can run it back.
I
without
can go
fucking
back if
anything
not.
up.
I got you.
Did your stream freeze?
It's
What's that?
paused.
No, I'm alt
Vipers
tab.
on B.
I have
I'm
a
like
wall if
looking
you
at
wait for
the.
me.
Oh,
I have
you
Either
did throw up, but the bomb was planted, so.
either for I don't really know. Just so they wouldn't like push the Viper wall.
So they wouldn't push the Viper wall. So instead of holding it with your weapon, you flash through the Viper wall, correct?
Hmm.
And your reasoning was because you didn't want them to push the Viper wall, right?
Okay, yeah, I see where this is going.
So your utility, like I said before, is used for info, but like it's also a flash at the same time, right? And the flash is the only part of your kit that recharges, right?
Hmm.
And it recharges every 30, I think it's like 35 seconds or something like that. I don't know what you bought this round or if you had full util or whatnot, but let's say for example you only had one flash or you had one flash left. You now threw that one flash before you guys are ready to retake together just to stop them from pushing through a wall. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're getting the most value out of your utility as possible. And right there, you kind of got nothing for it because one, they didn't push through the wall. Two, it wouldn't matter if you flashed or not. If they wanted to push through the wall, they would do it. Three, you could have held that flash and waited because your teammate was going to drone and called that he was droning. So you could have flashed with the retake and with the execute together.
Hmm.
See where I'm getting there?
Yeah.
For the sake of the VOD, I think you have two flashes here, and I think you have another flash anyways to retake it. It would have been nice if you had both flashes, but that's cool. Who is a Silva? Xavier.
Mhm.
Xavier. Why did you drone there?
Because we had like no info for like the whole site. Like nobody was like playing back or anything, so I just wanted to drone
Okay.
to take some more space or get more info in the space.
Why did you choose to drone at that time?
Everyone was coming in, and I thought maybe like Smitty could like follow it up or something.
So your teammates were coming in and they'd be able to follow up the drone, right?
Yeah.
To take the space, okay. Do you think it was good that you droned when you did?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, that's fair enough. The
I don't think it was
reasoning
a
is
bad
fine.
drone. I don't think it was a bad drone. I think might have waited a second just in case somebody was in that little cubby so somebody can hold you so they don't get that pick. But other than that, yeah.
It wasn't even that it was a bad drone at all. I think droning there is the right decision. The problem is the timing of it, and on top of it, like you said, no one's holding her, but you also want to coordinate it with your retake. So one thing I really want you guys to like really practice and iron out this week, especially in specific, is your retakes. I want you to be able to retake all together at once, so everybody's able to trade with each other, everybody's able to follow up their utility, and we're all doing it in one smooth action. Instead of I'm flashing but no one's following up, I'm droning but my teammates aren't ready to follow up, or we're about to retake but we're not all on the same page. See where I'm getting at?
Hmm.
Your Viper is all the way back in spawn still with your Sky. You guys are setting up for the retake, but you're already using your tools to retake before the retake even happens. So this is where, when you guys are coming and rotating in, this is where you want to communicate with each other and make sure you're all on the same page and able to retake together so that it's a clean retake. You get as much value out of all your utility as possible, and all of you try to stay alive as best as possible because you have everything to clear certain angles. Excuse me. You have everything to clear certain angles and to clear everything so that you're in a position where you're not all dying for no reason. Because it's a 2v4, yes, and you guys have better guns, but it's not to say that the round isn't winnable for them. They're only 2 or 3 good shots away, 2 or 3 good deagle shots away from winning this round. So you kind of always want to go into that kind of with a sense of caution, not really of, well, but there's 4 of us, let's just monkey in, and like I'm just calling out that I'm pushing or whatever, and if I die, I'll tell my teammates where they are. You want to minimize your losses so you'll be able to go into the next round and be able to bonus up with whatever weapons you have, instead of wasting the eco because 3 of you died even though you win the round, but now you only have 1 Spectre left and you can't really bonus up into the next round. You're forced to full buy, your eco is not in a good situation. So you want to be able to continue thinking ahead. Who's the IGL for this team, by the way?
We don't have a set one yet. Same issue we faced in Overwatch.
Gotcha. So we will fix that issue tonight. Oh wait, no, Sloth is not here. Oh, fuck it. We'll fix it tonight.
Sloth should be here
Which ones do
soonish.
What's up?
Sloth
Oh,
should
okay.
be here soonish.
Alright, then I'll wait for Sloth then, and I'll ask everybody who wants to be IGL why this person should be IGL, etc, etc, etc. So we'll figure that out tonight, and we'll get one mind, one body, one person to be able to call out plays and to call out important call-outs for the team, to move the pieces around, because it's really important in a team environment. Jet, what angle are you holding here?
No angles, scanning angles, I think.
Okay. I wasn't really paying attention to what you were doing right before you came in here, but I just wanted to see
He got the
what
pick.
you were thinking of. You said he got a pick just now?
Yeah, you
On
got
the
the pick
Cypher
mid.
mid. Yeah.
Oh, yes. He got the pick mid, and then he's rotating in to help his team. But the problem is right here, Smitty, one problem I had with this is that you got the pick mid. Where was the call out? I want to go back here. I need to hear if I want to make sure I'm not crazy. I need to hear if Smitty called out the Cypher was dead.
Alright.
Because
I don't think I
don't.
did actually.
And he didn't die, so that's cool.
Yeah. We take that. I saved my wall.
Wait, there's one mid.
Done. Okay.
Where's Viper? Is she
Yeah,
B main?
On site.
Jet's on site. Or not
They
Jet.
walk B, fine.
And
Viper's on B.
I have a wall if you wait
Yeah.
for me.
Oh,
okay.
keep
I have
I'm
pausing.
gonna wall.
Jojo.
Let's go.
Follow this.
Let's go left side.
Alright. So, you killed the Cypher. We knew there was one person mid, but you didn't call it out. Yes, everybody. Excuse me. yes, everybody knew that you killed Cypher mid because everybody was aware of the situation, but you want to create that habit, the good
Mhm.
habit, to just always call that they're dead there. Because, for
Say like
example, let's
mid
say,
dead.
what's up?
I just said just call out the mid's dead. You don't have to. Nobody has to worry about that anymore.
Yep,
Mhm.
because let's say, for example, we're trying to retake here, and let's say, I don't know, 3 of you died magically, but your teammate's still worried about the mid. But because you didn't call it earlier, he's wasting time because he thinks there's someone still mid,
Mhm.
because he didn't know that Cypher was dead mid. You always want to, like, this situation and example is kind of extreme for me to say that, but like, there's going to be other situations where stuff like that ends up happening, and you want to be able to have good comms moving forward, especially when it's about someone dying or someone lurking. You want to be able to, you want to make sure that your teammates heard and make sure that they know that the person was dead.
Mhm.
So no matter what, you want to be able to keep that comms up. And I know that like you're kind of like a quiet person when you're really in the zone and like focused, but like I said, you want to make sure that you're calming all the time, and like
Mhm.
even something little can still be important. That's the only issue I think I had with your play there, besides you missing a couple shots on Cypher. All good, you know? Aim
Mhm.
labs, you'll be fine. Kovacs, all that good stuff.
You do need to relax a little bit whenever you're on Omp and Marshall. You do whiff a lot of shots. If you miss the first one,
Alright, let's
Go
keep it
left
going.
side. Everybody left side.
Nobody's sight.
Maybe
You know what I'm gonna say here?
No.
What was the smoke for?
No, can anybody
no, just no call
tell
out.
me what I'm gonna say here?
No call on the Viper, and I actually disagree with pushing left side since we don't have A main covered. I mean B main. I think we should have probably pushed right side.
Yes, I agree with
I
what you
knew
just
this
said.
immediately. Immediately after I called it, I realized that, but I was like, we're already committed.
That's one. Two, V, what were you doing that time?
Me.
Yes.
Did I flash again? I didn't. I don't really.
You
I don't know.
flashed through the wall. One,
Mhm.
you didn't calm that you were flashing.
Okay.
That's my first issue with that. Two, you walked through the wall and didn't go left side. Even if it was a bad call to go left, you want to make sure that you're following everybody's calls on the team, right? You want to make sure
Okay.
everybody's on the same page.
I didn't know what he meant by, or whoever said that meant by left side.
All
Now
good.
I do though.
No stress. Like I might be going a little hard on you right now, but trust me, I'm going hard on everybody here. They experienced this last week as well. I think it was last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all got bullied.
I want to make sure that you guys like are improving and like understand what you need to do so you guys can all get better, not just individually, but as a team. Because that's the real core issue that you guys are missing right now. You guys are not doing stuff as a team, which is partly that you didn't have a full five at the moment. But now that you do, I really want to emphasize that you want to do stuff together as a team. You're not going to be the solo hero that can win the game by yourself. You're not tens. Even tens needs a team, like needs teammates around him to be able to do stuff. He needs to calm, etc., etc. He needs to like be on the same page as his IGO, his teammates, to be able to do the things that he does. And especially since you're the initiator, you want to be calling out your flashes all the time, no matter what. You don't want to team flash your teammates. Yes, placement of your flashes could be better, this, that, and the third, but the most important thing as an initiator is to call out every single flash you throw. Every single one. There's not a single time that you throw a flash that I should not hear you say flashing or where you're flashing. You need to at least say that you're flashing.
Mhm.
And that's the most important job of initiator. Alright, let's see. The Silva just came out of his drone, right? I believe.
About to.
Everybody can see Viper on the minimap. Like we said, main should have been smoked, not where you smoked. And here's my issue with this, Smitty, and why I stopped it here. Not because you didn't call out the Viper, yes, you didn't call out the Viper, but I think someone's about to call it out anyways, or the Viper's gonna die. It's whatever. It's not that big an issue. But one thing as Jet that you gotta understand is your kit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your smokes used for?
Blocking line of sight.
How long does your smoke last?
I don't know, 7 seconds?
4.
5, I
I
think.
think it's like 4 or 5.
Alright.
Or something like that. You see that somewhere is now smoked off that you can die from, you have to smoke that off yourself. And it's not
Mhm.
that you're smoking off for the team. Think of it more as, I will die from this angle, so I am throwing out my smoke there. Because there is no smoke there to cover that line of sight, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can die from main here, let's say his teammate was main and not on site, you're instantly dead trying to fight this Viper.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, like, I don't know, person whiffs on you or whatnot, you want to take an isolated fight. You want to be able to smoke yourself off in that situation so that you can fight this Viper, right? And not have to worry about your left side.
Mm-hmm.
Not have to worry about main at all. Not only that, you're helping your teammates because they don't die from main because there's no smoke there. So that's one thing you gotta like preemptively just understand. Smoke that off. Continue running. Your smoke lasts 4 or 5 seconds, so that's 4 to 5 seconds that you don't have to worry about B main.
I got a question with what I should do on my wall for retake
What's
B. Like, I feel like I vaguely remember. I don't know the like exact lineup, but I feel like I saw a lot of Vipers throwing like something similar across B site. Like, where should I be throwing my Viper wall to retake B?
At least something that covers main.
Viper.
Like, if I'm in that position, should I just have it more left, like, so then it's covering off mid and main?
Yeah, I think that would be the best option. I mean, it just
Like,
depends on where you're located
assume
at
I'm
the
right
time.
here. Assume I'm right here.
Coming through
We're
CT?
around right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do a bunch of things, right? You kind of want to like, it's kind of based off of not just your positioning, but your teammates' positioning, right? So your teammates all coming from, you have 2 teammates coming from here, you have someone wall, and you have another teammate with you, right? So
Yeah.
you still had your smoke, which you threw over there. You could have threw it main from here. I'm pretty sure that's gonna land. Oh, the barrier's up. Whatever, it lands. You could have just threw a smoke there for B main, and you could have threw a wall. Let's say you can do the exact same wall that you actually just threw right there, right? And
Is
with
that my
this
Q there? I
wall,
thought that was Smitty. Is that smoke mine? Like inside? I think I just didn't pick up my Q.
I'm not
Off
sure.
of A. Yeah, I don't think I had my orb there. I think I threw it on A and then just
Betty,
didn't
can you go
retrieve
back
it like
like
a lazy
actually
bitch.
I think I can go back like 5 seconds. Let me see. Whose smoke is that?
Yeah, that's Smitty smoke. Smitty throws that smoke.
Let's go left side.
Yeah, the one
Go left side?
on the middle of
Yeah, that's
that
Smitty's
side.
smoke. Okay, my bad. I thought that was your smoke. And I was
But assume like I only have wall. Should I just focus getting my wall on A main, B main?
Yeah.
Let me
I
try
think
and
so,
pick
at
up
least.
my wall. What I probably would
Because
have done, I want to say I want to do something like this, or I want to do something like that covers.
Or wait, I was
the-
thinking, yeah, I was thinking like this corner. Yeah, if I wanted to do it, and then that would also cover like the mid arc as well.
But the problem with that over there is that like it doesn't get enough of the site to justify the use of that wall, right? That's a tough one. That's a very good question.
I think you
Either
use it
one
like
would
that.
Then we have like silver dart for backside and stuff.
Yeah, I guess. And then
Do that
if I
too.
have Molly as well, then I can just Molly left or right side, so they can only really peek through
Yeah,
the staircase.
I
and
agree with
Doesn't that
this.
kind of cut off our push from connector though?
It
Just
does,
Everybody's
but
on.
it does, but it
Everybody
still
should be
protects
in.
you from. Yeah, it protects you from B main still though. Like, because you just have to push through the smoke, which sucks. But if we push together as a team, it should be fine.
You don't even have to push through the smoke. Your teammates
Just delay
drowning
it.
from here, right? Your
Yeah.
teammates should already
True,
have
true.
cleared that pocket, so you can just come over here to this side, and we all just retake from this, like, from this area back here, with that wall up. Like we said, we dart here. Viper could molly. Let's say she mollies like there, and she mollies there, right? Now you guys could just walk up and clear all of sight. Honestly, with that dart, that thing kind of reveals all of back sight, and then you can worry about main in the mid lurk later. So yeah,
I mean, it really just depends how they play. 'Cause, I mean, not all the time they're gonna play site. They're gonna play main, play lineups and shit like that. And you just
For sure.
gotta adjust.
So you mainly just want to throw your walls, like understanding your positioning, your team's positioning, and kind of what you want to do with your wall. Where you want to cut the whether you want to cut the site in half, or whether there's more priority on cutting main, what type of utility you still have, etc., etc. How you want to retake. That's kind of how I see the wall being used. But that was a good question. Keep up those questions. We can always discuss, and like I said, there's always some stuff that I'll probably get wrong, and we can look it over, and we'll be like, hey, that's wrong. I'll never, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but like, I'll never tell you that like I'm 100% right. Like, there'll be something that probably you see that I won't see, and I'll look it over. I'll think about it. We can all discuss it.
Yeah,
And if
this
it's
game's way
right,
too situational to be like 100% set play every time.
yeah, for sure. Alright.
That's like one thing about Overwatch. It's not really like that.
Nobody's sight. Could be timing you in the wall. Yeah, she's at the wall.
Where's
Spawn
Sova?
RCTs?
So exactly what we were afraid of happening did happen. There was someone main, and it wasn't smoked off. You had another smoke. You didn't call out the Viper there as well. Everybody went left. You guys died to the Sova. I paused it too early, but like I'm assuming that Heeker calls out Sova's main. No one calls out the Vipers there, right?
We did. It wasn't Smitty. I think it was V who called it out, but it was called out.
Alright. So you know where both people are, right? You're off
Yeah.
your drone, you're coming in to help. Right now, Viper is isolated, but so are you, V. And because you used 2 flashes, and I don't think your 3rd flash reset by now, you could have used the flash to fight Viper all by yourself here. Or even flashed for your teammates to go dash in and help fight the Viper. But because you have no flashes left, you kind of have to go in and fight this anyways. Luckily, the wall is blocking off main for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But now you two are kind of in the situation where Viper can walk out of this wall at any time, and there's no cover from B main. So what you want to do is you want to isolate the fights, and you want to throw this smoke right here. Jet, Smitty, throw that smoke. Everybody go collapse on the Viper, kill the Viper. Then we hold bomb, someone's on bomb, while Silva is forced to fight 3 people with a classic, and boom, the round is over. You guys should easily win this round.
Spawn in here. Spawn in here.
I'm with you. I'm arrowing.
She's probably in orb.
I'm gonna spawn.
Okay.
Right
somebody
side main. Stick it, Jet. Nice.
That was very well played by you, Zavi. You shock darted to force the Viper out of that angle, and then you darted main because we didn't need you there to help fight the Viper, and on top of that, you couldn't find Viper anyways, so the dart main to kind of show where the Sova is playing and can play off of that was really good. And that's a good call out by whoever said that she's playing in the smoke orb, because that was the only place logically on site she could have been. And then good execution, good kills, all that good stuff, good round.
That was playing? No.
She
I thought they were both playing on site, to be honest. I sober wild. I didn't buy last round.
Yeah, one thing I definitely want to see you guys doing more. I don't know who recorded this VOD. Smitty recorded this VOD, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Smitty. What I want you to do in the scrims, if you can remember, is I want to say for the first 5 seconds of like spawning in, could you please hold tab
Mm-hmm.
so that we can see the money situation for both teams so we can talk about it?
Yeah.
So one thing that you guys got to think about, not just the IGL as well, but like the team as a whole, you kind of had to, you know, manage the eco situation. And by that is like you're also managing the other team's ego situation, which is like you do that normally in your games anyways, but this is kind of where it's more profound, if that makes sense. I want to say 4,700, or is it 4,600, is enough for every agent in the game to buy Vandal, full armor, all utility, right? Something like
Uh,
that, because I think Chamber's the only one whose kit costs more than that, right? He's the only expensive character in the game like that. 800 bullets and then 150 for his slows, so that's 300.
Yeah, his is 4K. Sage is the next expensive one. She's at 800, so it's 47. Because 39
47?
for vendor. Yeah, 47 for a Sage to full buy.
4,700 is the number for every character, for every agent to full buy, except for Chamber, but who cares? His deagle is irrelevant. 4,700. 4,700 means they can full buy, full util, all that good stuff. What you also want to keep track of is their ultimates, right? Jet doesn't have ult. He's nowhere near ult. Sky's nowhere near ult. Cypher's nowhere near ult. Silva has ult soon. They could Viper ult you this round. You want to keep
Yeah.
track of your teammates' economy and ults. We can't get any ults on our side of the board. No one's near it. And we came out of that round with 3 weapons, I believe. No, we only had 2 marshals from that last round and a ghost saved over. We have Peeker, he could full buy. Sloth can full buy. V can full buy. And Savvy can full buy. But the problem is that these are the bonus weapons that you're carrying over to the next round. So this round is essentially your bonus round, right? But you're not bringing any guns over. So now you have to decide whether you want to just continue going with a light buy and be able to buy for next round, or do you guys want to just full buy with rifles and try to win this round? If you full buy and you lose this round, you guys will have to save next round. If you half buy, you'll be able to buy next round, but they could probably win that round because they have better weapons, right? So it's all stuff that you kind of have to think about in your head, and you have to decide really quickly because there's only like 25 seconds at the start of a round what you want to do with this round.
I got a question into that because I see players like Shazam and then like in pro play and everything. If one person dies, even if one person dies and they don't retrieve a gun for that person, that guy will always force up. Like they always buy Vandals third round if they died or don't have a gun. Is that like I get like should we be trying to worry too much about like should we just always do that? Like third rounds always force up a Vandal if we died or whatever? I just hate staggering money like that is my biggest thing. I feel like it
So,
gets awkward.
the reason why they can do that is because they know that no matter what, they'll be able to save on a certain round, right? So let's say, for example, they buy up the next round as well, and they force up whatever weapon, right? If one person can't buy, then they're most likely all not going to buy, or they'll be really like cognitive of what ults they have, and let's say that person didn't have enough or that person died, but their jet is like at like 5 or 7 orbs, right? So they'll try and drop the rifle onto Jet to see if Jet can make an impact and get her ulti for the next round in case they somehow die or whatever, and they'll be on a bonus, or you can buy moving forward but your economy is not good. They'll be able to they have characters that can, can just ult and don't need to buy weapons and be on the same uh buy as everybody else. So it's just because the economy of this game is just so scuffed because every agent in the world can just continue buying no matter what. What do you have, like 4 characters that don't need a full buy a gun? Raze, Jet, what's her name? Neon. Reyna can just like buy a Vandal, no armor, ulti. Phoenix doesn't need to buy armor if he has ulti. Same with KO. There's a bunch of characters in the game that just you don't really need to full buy to get value out of them and their ults as long as they have it.
True. That's one thing I feel like as a team we lack, but also personally I lack is like I don't know. Overwatch is it's very simple, right? Like, hey, enemy team has ult. This is clearly what they're doing. This is the only way to play this ult. But like, I don't know, ult management and econ management in this game are very weird to me. Because it's like, oh yeah, they have Viper ult. Well, if they go into site, they're obviously going to Viper ult. Like, there's not. I don't know. I guess you play differently. Try not to let them play on Viper ult, but.
It's all situational. It's like if you know a team is on an eco round, but you know that their jet needs an orb to fight, to get knives, a lot of teams will like don't really care about it, but I feel like it's more beneficial to you to fight for that orb control, because if Jet can't get her knives, then she essentially just has a classic. If she's trying to get the orb and you know that she's trying to get the orb, all she has is heavy armor classic. What is she gonna do to fight you? You just take that space and take the orb from her, and you don't have to worry about her knives for that round. So it's all like situational, and it's all like just more game knowledge and understanding of the game, and like you'll get that from playing more. So don't stress it too much. We're right here as a team. You guys kind of have to figure out whether you want to buy or not here, so we'll see what you guys do.
Do you guys want to force it up? We all have money.
Yeah, we force this.
I want to see. Should I not buy armor? Save for
I can buy you the op next round.
I bonus to ghost last round. What to do. Oh.
I think we should buy up though. No. I don't know. Op's kind of big. Do we save them?
Oh, I no.
Because I had a ghost as well.
I couldn't. I died.
I hear A. Both initiators here?
I'm gonna give up Paul strat. The Viper walled A. They're out. At least one is out. Could be bricks.
So one thing I want to talk about is your rotation here over to A, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really like this rotation by Chamber here, and I really like this rotation by Jet. Can anybody tell me why?
We're watching the work, so like somebody could be mid coming up double doors. We don't know. So Chamber kind of clears that, and then we don't have anything set for Hall, so they could have gotten that for free as well. Plus it kind of watches for like the rotates, right? If Sloth plays in mid, she can watch the rotate if they go B or fake it or whatever. But it also just for lurks.
Basically, this rotate is good for that reason, and because you're still covering all aspects of the map, right? Sky only rotated off when Jet was like around here trying to pick up halls, right? So maybe you could have got timing in halls, but Jet is still watching halls for you. You still have control of halls, which you had before. Silva was playing around this area. Chamber picked it up. His tripwire, slow, whatever, still accounts for B main. So you still have someone looking over here. You're still essentially having that mid player who was here because you guys shifted over. So what I like to call these type of rotations is just a shift. You're just shifting over so that everybody's covering still one part of the map. And you're kind of stacking towards one side, but you still have something to cover the other side, and you still have information around the map, right? So Chamber's only job here is just to cover mid, to cover the entry into mid doors, like you said, to cover the elbow walkout, all that good stuff. Chamber's in charge of this entire area of the map because of her slows, and Jet's just watching halls, so it allows you to devote 3 people to this A push. And this is good because if they do decide to just fall back and rotate, you still have people in that position. This is great because you're not over-rotating. Because if you do over-rotate, they can just throw a wall, throw a little bit of util here to bait out this over-rotation, and then they could just walk out on B for free because you guys have nothing to stop that. And then they can have someone who can come late lurk and walk up through mid doors and crunch you guys on A site without you having any knowledge of. But because you shifted over instead of over rotating, this is good. My bad, I forgot to unpause.
Sorry, Rick.
You're planting A. They're already
Did someone pause it again, or?
I'm gonna try to start it again.
I'm getting a
Only Roy.
loading thing. I'm gonna try to unpause.
Let me try and pause it.
they're already out
unpause.
backside.
There we go.
There might be a cipher in mid somewhere. Maybe double door.
I have a drone.
Oh, double door is cipher.
Cypher's double
It's on
doors
right
right
side.
side.
Did you use your wall this round?
No, I did not. I was AFK mentally.
AFK mentally. Okay. Well, at least you knew you were AFK mentally. Alright. I'm fine with that answer.
I threw orb A main, and I was going to hold it for post plant, and then I just don't think I ever threw it for post plant. Cause yeah, I wanted to save it because they went B last time, and I don't know. I've been trying to like play around with like alternating between just throwing like orb A main and throwing wall and saving, or versus
You
throwing
always
wall.
want to throw your orb, no matter what. Whether you're playing A or you're playing B. You want to know why you always want to throw your orb?
Free smoke, you can pick it up.
Yeah, you can pick it up. You can't pick up your wall.
I'm
No
the
matter
laziest
how many
motherfucker
times-
about picking up my orb though. I'm really bad about it. I'm also
Well,
bad at
don't-
playing in a position that I could easily retrieve it if
You
I need to
don't
rotate
essentially-
quick.
You don't necessarily need to pick up your orb. It's just the fact that like you can pick it up. Once you place that wall, you don't have it for the rest of the round, no matter what. And it's what I hate about the changes that they made to the Viper, and I will continue to hate about it forever. Why would you add it so that her smoke does damage when you can just add it so that she can pick up her wall?
I think
know how
that takes away
broken
from what
Viper
they
is?
want. Well, yeah, I think that's the point. Is like they don't want, because she already does. Like her smoke is arguably one of the best smokes in the game. You just can't pick it up, right?
The only reason why Viper is ever played now is because her smoke and wall and everything does damage, and because lineups are just insane. And she has 2 mollies instead of like Brim, who has 1 molly. That's the only reason why she's played, because her smoke does damage and makes it easier to kill people. If it wasn't for that, I don't think you'd see Viper in pro play, because Astra is just so much better.
I feel like you'd still see it on this map. Before this map came out and before Viper, because this map came out before Viper changes, right? You're already starting to see teams
this came out
experiment with
after,
it
I
on
believe.
split. Yeah, you're seeing teams experiment with Viper on like Icebox
On
and split a lot.
On Icebox.
Yeah,
Icebox
like
is
they weren't.
different.
It wasn't main. It wasn't like the main choice, but even pre-buff Viper, like teams were experimenting with it. Like I don't think she's good or used a lot now because of the damage. I think the damage is irrelevant, and I don't think pros look at her because she does damage. I think that's just an added bonus. And I don't think it's that impactful really, like the damage it does.
Which is true, but that's just because the damage now is only 30. Before it was 50, and it's like one.
Sure, that is busted. Yeah.
One Marshall shot to the body was all it takes to kill anybody, no matter if you're on a full buy or not. Which is why they had to nerf it. But in my opinion, the whole point of controllers is to control an area of the map, and the whole like when you play double controller, and the reason why Viper is so good with double controller is that she can continue putting her smoke up and put it down and then put it up, slowly taking control of an area. And I feel like it would be the exact same if if you could pick up your wall and have like that 15-second cooldown before you put it down again. But like, it's whatever. I do agree with what you're saying though, but
I just think
all
that shit's
good.
too busted for already having the best smoking game.
But because you don't have your wall here for retake, this retake is like a million times murder. And Sloth ended up dying to the Cypher who was mid, which she was looking to clear for anyways, which is good that she was looking to like clear it out. But she still ended up dying to the Cypher. And even if you were playing if you were playing B, which is where I kind of want you to be playing on this map, even if you did have like a mental break, you still would like, by the time you're rotating over and retaking, you still would be able to put up your wall. You can still put up your wall now too as well, like there's nothing stopping you from it, but I don't think you ever do this round. Let's see. You only have a marshal here, but you're walking up to try and fight the Cypher, which is fine. Xavier's droning you guys in, but you guys end up turning for the mid presence. What are you doing in this situation, Airbnb?
That's exactly what I was wondering.
Alright, it's good that you're thinking about it ahead of time and trying to understand and look for ways to improve and get better and like understanding that you should be doing something in this situation here. You're
Mhm.
droning up, you should be looking to follow it behind, especially as the sky, because you'll be able to just flash around these pyramids, these cities really easily and get a pick, so we'll continue.
One went main.
They're all cave, it looks.
No, one's still.
Could still be fault.
Pyramid and double doors. So.
I
I
lied.
have double
not
doors.
there.
And one was here. One was here.
80 Viper cave.
I also missed my smoke. I should drop that, my bad.
There's a Vandal.
I think he went back.
Vandal right under you, Seven.
If you can get out, there's a phantom in mid.
Where the hell? What the?
Smitty, where are the comms this game, my friend?
I don't know.
Will you
Not
know
bad.
this game?
A bad habit I have is just staring at the map and just calling things and pinging things. Should I do that less?
That is not a bad habit to have.
Well, I sometimes die and like I feel like I'm just talking over everyone.
I'm the same type of player as you in the sense that I look at my mini map religiously.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's why I play controller actually.
And you ended up dying because you're looking at your mini map isn't because you're looking at your mini map, is because of where you are, what type of situation you're in that you're looking at your mini map.
Okay.
Why would you be looking at your mini map out in the open where you could die?
Yeah.
Or why would you be looking at your minimap when you're supposed to be holding an angle and someone can swing on you? You know? The minimap is there, it's great, it's amazing. I love the minimap and like it's a valuable resource. It's the same thing as comms. Comms are free wall hacks. You'd be on one side of the area, one side of the map, and know exactly what's going on the other side of the map because comms and minimap is so good. But if you're dying because you're looking at the minimap, I promise you, it's not because you're staring at the minimap. You're just choosing to do it at the wrong time. And you calming and making sure stuff is calm is not a bad habit to have.
Okay.
Because in situations like those where Smitty is not calming, or someone on your team is not calming something, and you notice something and you're calming it for them, that's good. As long as the information is being calmed, I don't care.
Alright. Thank you.
Alright, where was I? What was I saying right before that happened? For that question. But,
Smitty not common.
yes, Smitty, my friend. I need to hear your beautiful voice calling out these people, my friend. Thank you. Oh, did I not?
I missed
you go.
my molly. That's my bad.
This place is nice.
I should have killed this over.
I spent too much time. I thought we get out of close.
Are we able to buy?
I can buy you the op.
I can force, to be honest.
So this is a situation where we were talking about earlier with the eco, right? You force up, but what
Yeah.
happens is that you lose, and now you guys are on a weird buy because one person was still on a marshal, another person was still on a marshal. Everybody else bought last round. So now you're on a weird buy, and you can do one of two things. You can still force up anyways because you can break their eco, or you can save for 1 round and make sure that everybody's on the same page.
I can't.
Let's see what
force,
you guys end up doing.
But if someone buys me, I can buy.
You could buy. Could you buy Guardian if you didn't buy any?
I already.
Bulldog?
No, I've had my bullets. I can stick with the bullets.
I would save, I guess. Yeah,
For
fuck
si-
it.
wait.
It's fine.
I had a classic.
And this is why IGL is necessary. You're not jumbled and all random and like, you know, there's 25 seconds at the start of the round, and instead of being able to talk about what you want to do until the next round and what you want to do this round, you guys are still fumbling and trying to understand if you guys even want to buy or don't buy. So it's all about thinking ahead and understanding your economy.
Hello?
Who joined?
Well,
Hey, Slaw. What's up, Slaw?
yeah, the whole like IGL thing. Well, obviously I don't know about V and Xavi because we started playing with them in Valorant. But like that was a big issue we had in Overwatch. Is I don't know. I feel like we have decently big personalities that all like think we should do this. We should do this. We should do this. So like I don't know. It's hard for us. It's hard for us to find one person that's can receive all that information and do the in-game leadership that we need. You know.
So the way to easily solve that and make it a little bit easier for you guys is one person's the IGL, whatever that person says, you guys listen and follow. If you have a suggestion, you suggest it to the IGL and they're like, oh yeah, let's do that, or nah, let's do this. Simple as that. And everybody's like, alright, yes boss, let's keep going. Simple solution. Which we can like continue talking about the IGL afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Sloth, now that you're here, Sloth, you're with us, right?
Yeah.
Alright,
Sorry.
someone give Sloth the link and let me switch over to the chamber.
Link is in team channel. So we've been going for a
Hopefully,
good
like-
time over an hour, and we're only on round 4, so we're still
That's how
not too
VOD
far
sessions
in.
are supposed to be, my friend.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just
promise
saying
you.
Sloth hasn't like missed the whole review.
No worries. Sloth, hop in my screen share.
Okay.
Sloth, do you feel comfortable on the chamber?
Yeah. I just haven't played it lately because Morena is just better. And usually if I stick to the Reyna, we're more likely to win.
Ah. Well, I like that confidence. So basically on Breeze, whenever you're on chamber, I always want you to put this tripwire right here. I mean this slow right here. Every single round, without fail. This will be your default. Unless otherwise said, there will always be at least one slow orb here. And you can put your other slow orb wherever you want. You can hold on to it. You can put one right here for when they're coming out and through the Viper's smoke or whatever. You can have one right here just in case they try to jump up and whatnot. You can have one here in case they're coming out of tunnel, or you can put it like right here. Same difference. You can have a slow for when they're trying to push through the Viper there. You can do whatever you want with your second slow. You can even hold it or whatnot for post land or whatever you want to do with it. You'll be playing on A lot. You can even play stairs. You can play bridge. You can play yellow container. You can have a TP into halls, so you can like help fight Nest if they're going B, or you can help fight halls, whatnot if they're going A or whatnot. You can play aggressively with your TP. You can TP out after getting a pick here, or you can try your best to get into this slot and TP out. If you do end up getting a kill or able to get there without anybody noticing, you can peek out here with your op if you want to. If you're really ballsy, you can get on top of here, which I like doing that as Jet sometimes. I get on top of this. And
Wait, what? That's a... What?
I play on this angle a lot. It's pretty fun. This is a really nice angle that people don't clear in mid most of the time.
I didn't
I
even
would-
know that was a thing.
What I would do is I would sage wall doors and I would just hop on top of the sage wall and hop up here. It's pretty nice to play here. I mean, you can play a nest with your op, you can peek out here. You can help with the B if your mid is held and taken care of. You can help fight B if they're walking in. A lot of stuff you can do as chamber. You kind of want to make sure you keep yourself mobile and you'll be able to rotate around, which is why I think you would like chamber because it's kind of your playstyle anyways, being able to rotate around and help different areas of the map. So, yeah, for sure. And let's see, what else did I say about chamber when you weren't here? No, that's about it. That's your default. And you can play it however you want. You can kind of experiment with wherever you like to hold, and whichever works out the best for you, you can do it. And I believe when the Viper walls, if you stay on top of the container, you should be able to see like their heads over the Viper wall. I'm not sure if you're standing on this box you can see it, or if you had to hop up on container, but I know definitely you can see over it. And I think you can see over it from stairs or from bridge as well, so. That's about all I wanted to show you here. Oh, the trip for when you're on attack. There's only one trip you ever need to know on this map, whether you're playing Cypher, KJ, Chamber. You always put one here. Or on the other side, depending on where you want to go, A or B. And if they're coming from here, they have to flank you through here, they get hit by the trip, or they shoot the trip, whatever. If they're coming from mid and flanking you from A, they're always going to get hit by the trip. That's the only trip you ever need to know. Some people put a trip in here as well to catch the people who are dropping from halls, but it's like, I mean, you can still get around this trip, so I don't think it's the best, but this is the only area of the map that really needs to be tripped. If you're getting flanked from any of the other areas, you can put another trip wire as well. That's why you have 2 trips. Let's go back to the VOD.
I don't have a classic and full shields.
It's not the
You do
worst.
by next.
Both things on A.
Nobody's B.
I'm gonna push mid.
It's A.
Yeah,
Walled
back
and
up,
full.
honestly.
I can't.
I'm blinded, I can't destroy that for you, I'm sorry.
There's somebody in mid. I think it's Cypher.
I'm in mid.
Can you?
I'm also.
No. He just destroyed something. Coming up elbow, I think. Elbow
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
you.
Elbow. Dead.
Can I have his gun?
Yeah. I'm only 3 HP. I have a drone if you guys want to follow it.
What was that slow orb for? Sloth. Sloth, you there?
Hello.
Hello, there you go.
Oh, my mic's like being weird. What are you talking about?
The slow orb that you just put down in mid there while you were following that drone?
Slow orb.
Let me
Oh,
get-
the trip.
Yeah,
Rewatch it again.
2 seconds or so, or
I
6
have a
or
drone
whatever.
if you guys want to follow it.
That
I
was
did. Oh, I usually do that to check corners.
So you
If
threw a
we-
slow there to check a corner in case
Yeah.
they're on the inside, right?
Yeah, but I also I think I must have put it down at the exact time drone came out.
Okay, but your teammate was calling out that they're gonna drone, correct?
I don't know.
Sloth not listening to callouts. What are we gonna work on, Sloth? Listening? Yeah?
Probably.
Yes, nice. So this one was a much better retake here. You guys were kind of in a good area to really just focus up and understand what you had to do. You both were following the drone and trying to see if you can get a pick. Let's see what you do from here. There's not really much you can do in this round with 2 Deagles. My bad. 3 Deagles. 3v4 with the Viper all down. Yes, you have full util, but this is probably not a winnable round unless you hit some nice shots. So you don't really want to invest too much into this round. What you kind of want to do is take as much guns away from them as possible, so they have to reinvest into the next round. Like I said earlier, you kind of have to think forward and continue thinking about the economy and try to create the pressure and the advantage onto your opponents. And you want to make sure you keep them and their economy from spiraling out of hand to where it feels like they're able to buy every single round, but you guys have to save almost every other round. So you want to force them into the situation where, okay, yes, it's an eco round for us, but we want to make this as expensive of a round as possible. So you want to take away as many guns as possible, maybe even try to win the round. If you can get all 4 of them dead and like they died a bomb or whatever, amazing. If you can win the round, even better. But you just want to do as much economical damage right now with as little as possible.
One's yellow, sky. One's on site. Bricks.
Good aggressive play here.
Ah, fucking 104 on Sova.
Nice, good trade. Question for Mr. Smitty there.
Mm-hmm.
Question for Xavier first, actually. Xavier, did you have dart in that situation? Or did you use it?
I'm not sure. I might have used it mid. When we were leaving.
No, I remember. You used it at the start of the round at B. You said there was no one B. You rotated mid. You got a pick there. You droned up. You should be around like 5 or 10 seconds away from your dart. I would have liked it if you called that out to your teammate there. Call that out to Sloth or call that out to everybody that you have dart in 5 or dart in 7, dart in whatever. And I want everybody as a team, if you're dead and you see that there's an important piece of util that can win the round or like that can get some value out of the round, you need to call it out. If there's like dart up in 5, and I do this a lot even in ranked games and like knife in 5 or whatever, you need to call that out if you're dead, because sometimes the person themselves, they don't notice. Like, don't be like obnoxious with it and like and whatnot, but you have dart in 5, that's all it really takes. Just saying that line alone will help the person understand that they have more options. And like, if you did wait for the dart, Sloth doesn't run in like a monkey chasing after the silver and bricks, you know? And she doesn't end up, or you don't come into the smoke trying to get her trade, but then die from your back because you don't know where the Viper is and you don't know what the Jet is, right? But if you dart the ult, you can probably find the Viper more often than not anyways. And then Smitty, what was that smoke you threw there? And why did you throw it?
In case there's anyone close, so that it kind of just makes it harder for them to peek out or peek up on bomb if I'm gonna try to tap it.
So why was the Smith thrown where you threw it?
Probably because I just missed.
Because you just missed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I wanted to throw that a little bit closer.
What you could always also do is just throw the smoke down on the ground. And on top of that, you're in a 1v2 situation there. I don't think you stick the bomb, you even try to get it to half. You have a bunch of time left to play on the clock. You picked up a gun, yes. You have no armor. You kind of know around where the Viper is because you can hear where she shot from and your teammates are pinging it on the map for you. You knew where one person is, but you have no clue, no knowledge of where Jet is at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're forcing them to come to you because you tapped the bomb. But once again, the Jet was just right there, right next to you on bomb, waiting for you to tap and just sprayed you through the smoke. You had a lot more time to play with. You had some resources to use. Yes, you did have a smoke. You could have easily just looked straight down at the bomb, threw the smoke, tapped it, moved out the way, and tried to look for wherever they react and play off of that. You had a lot of options there, and you chose the option to just stick it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my thinking there was they never expect me to actually try and hold it first try, so I can get half and then see what happens.
Which is good in that sense, but you know where one person is. You know one person's close, but you have no idea where the second person is. You knew that Viper was in her ulti, so she's not playing lineups. It's not like, you know, you have to worry about that. You don't really have the luxury to hold it for half. You're in a 1v2.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you gotta consider all your options and try to do something else there. And like I said, you can always just play time and try to get the most value out of it that you could and try to make it even more expensive and maybe take another person with you. Or, I mean, if you give up on the round altogether, you can just wait it all out, save your weapon, and try to like let them die with bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of options to play with there, and you have a lot of time. You can take your time and just think it through. Don't rush, like we said earlier with your op shots. You sometimes rush it. Don't rush with your thinking as well. Try to like keep your mind open and think of the different options, different possibilities that you can do there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sloth, you absolute ape. Why'd you walk into the Viper ulti, Sloth?
For funsies.
For funsies. Alright, fair enough. You almost got the kill on the Sova too, but you lived, so I mean, if you get the kill, there's nothing I can say. Yes, it's like a 5-head play, but you're making it work, right? Whatever. But you end up whiffing, so like, if you're gonna go for that play, you gotta get the kill, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it's whatever. It's an eco round for funsies. We walk through that alts. It's fine. I'm not gonna go too hard on it, but like at the same time, you know, if you're telling me it's for funsies, you know that it's not the right play, and like that there's other things you could have done there in that situation. So I'll just leave it at that. Holy shit! It's only round 5. All right, cool.
Can I play a site with y'all?
Yeah, you can play A.
I can't buy.
We can. Sky, do you want to play 2?
Oh wait, are we good?
Who said what? I heard Sky.
Yeah, could you play 2? As soon as you're gonna play with Op, and I'll sit kind of here. I'm gonna push mid this time with my wall, because this guy likes to just walk up it.
Can you drop?
I can't.
Silver drone?
Okay.
Could be elbow.
I didn't see anyone mid.
Silver drone on B.
1, 2.
And Sky. Sky
That's
down.
work.
No, there's 2 on. They're pushing here.
I'm leaving A.
Swap, I'm about to hit a big flank on them.
There's one in that corner here.
Get bomb. Nice.
I missed. 90 on jet.
One.
I'm mollied bomb. Cap.
Sova on ping. That was like backside.
Jet still backside.
Watching here.
Darting.
Back here, right?
Hit for 90. Hit for 90. Push it.
Pushing.
Nice.
We got this.
Eager.
Yeah.
How often in the half do you push mid?
Very rarely. I think.
Why did you decide to push mid that round?
I was just gonna go with the cheeky play, with my wall and push mid, and every once in a while I'll like throw that in and then sit behind the box, just to see what kind of comes mid.
Did you have anybody covering your mid?
I think there was somebody top mid.
You had someone top mid, which I'm assuming was either the silver or the chamber that was on B, correct?
I was like I was arch or whatever. What is
Your
it?
arch?
What is it called? It's by
I call
elbow.
it tunnel or something like that. I think it's called
Tunnel.
tunnel, right?
Yeah,
Arch
it's
is
tunnel.
tunnel, same thing. You were there, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, that's all. If you're gonna go for a play like that, like you said, you do it sometimes just to go for a cheeky play. As long as you have someone covering you, I'm fine with it. I don't want you, especially as a controller player, the only form of smokes on the team to walk out and do aggressive plays like that mid without any help or anybody covering your back. Because in that sense, you're essentially just trying to 1v5 in mid there. If they were to all five push mid and try to get some mid control there, you walking down mid with that smoke isn't doing anything. Even if you get one person there, it's not value, especially on a map as big as this, where there's not really a sense of you being able to hold everywhere on this map. It's so hard to play defense on this map, in my opinion, because everybody is so spread out. If one person dies instantly at the beginning of the round, the other team just instantly gets a massive advantage. So I don't want you doing that play by yourself. That's about it. If you
Alright.
commit to 3 people or you have someone watching you, perfectly fine. I'll leave it. All good. That's the play call for that round. That's what you guys agree on. That's great. You live and die by your choices. That's kind of how it works. So I was
Yeah,
just
no,
making
that's
sure
valid.
that you had someone there.
Alright.
And this is where you would kind of look at their economy here. Supposed to here at the start of this round. You guys just won a round. You were in a poor economic state here, and you guys are kind of transitioning over, where you're still not in the best state. You can probably buy up next round if you lose here. You probably have this round and the next round to buy. And we look at their economy. You're trying to break it here. They're on an eco.
Smitty,
But
how do you not hit tab more? No, I was just like, because I don't know the econ. I was looking on the thing. Smitty, I'm constantly
Go
holding
back
tab.
2 seconds.
Hit tab more.
And I'll head tab up.
I hold tab even if I'm not looking at it. So quick. This one.
alright, let me
What is the econ?
pause it again when he brings it up. Alright, right? Viper can buy. Their Jet can drop one over and go knives. They have
They
Sky
saved for
ulti.
sure.
Sova could probably force up something. Cypher's lurking anyway, so who cares if he has a gun? If he's lurking, he can get something cheeky. Regardless, he can have a classic and still impact the round. In my opinion, if I were them, I would still probably force into this round. Which is kind of an aggressive call, but if they do happen to win this round and they have 4 ultis, it's not like this round is losable for them. I mean, it's not like this round isn't winnable for them. They can still win this round with their 4 ultis. But you as a team need to understand that as well. That they have 4 ults up. They can still drop money over. They can force up, and they can find a way to win this round. You got to be careful here. Don't go for anything too aggressive. You know what they have up. You know they have knives. You know they have silver ulti for post plant. You know they have sky ulti, and cypher ulti is only really useful if someone's dead. So you want to look at their economy and like look at their situation and kind of understand and kind of get an understanding of what they are planning to do into this round here. So you all can buy up, that's great. You can continue playing your defense. There's no real orb to fight over it because you don't need to fight over it. You just have to be careful of the Jet, any aggression from Jet and Sky. And then like they'll have another weapon bought over and maybe like a silver ulti post plant. So on my head here, I'd probably think if they do get bombed down or if they do take a site, I would love to have someone on the flank here to make sure that they can't like play post plant without like having to worry about something. Especially since all they have is like a Cypher trip and Cypher's lurking anyways, so it should be a free round for you, but it's not as free as you expect. It's kind of where you get from just holding tab and looking.
If you see their Cypher, the team's going the opposite side. It's every round.
Yeah, they use both initiators.
Yeah, they just spam both initiators and send Cypher the other side.
He used your wall.
They're saving this round.
Timing.
Can you not put wall up right away so Drake can watch through main?
Yeah, I'm not gonna peek mid.
Question mark. Why is 4 people all A? As Sloth is solo B.
Off 1v5 God.
Sure, I complained too.
Well,
Also,
we
Jeff-
need you to trip Hall so we can pull somebody off
Yeah.
Hall.
What were you saying, Xavier?
I was just playing halls because you didn't have like a trip.
Okay. But
And I
why
usually
is...
dart it.
I took both of my trips because I was the only one on B, I'm pretty sure. Everyone walked to A.
I thought I was like late coming in.
So why is everybody over at A?
That's a good question.
I'm at A because I have the op, and I
For
was
some
playing
B.
in the last
Did you
round,
call
so
out
I'm
that
just.
you were going here?
He did last round,
Yeah,
but
last round I asked for a site, so I won A. And then this round I'm just doing it again.
So, but you're doing it again without calling it out.
Yes.
See where I'm trying to go? You need to call out where you're going as the op who is rotating and playing different angles and playing on site.
Mhm.
You asked for it 1 round. If you're going back to here again, you have to let your team know so they can move and adjust the defense accordingly. Especially since you're opping and you're basically anchoring site. You asked for the wall down, but you didn't ask for someone to pick up your spot or whatever because you're playing on A, or you didn't tell your team that you're playing on A.
Mhm.
You got to communicate more. It's the #1 part of your game that you have to work on. Communication. Xavier, yes, you did go to pick up halls here, but you shouldn't even be over there in the first place. You looked on your map and you saw no one was holding halls, but you also saw that only 1 person was B. And if anybody is going to rotate to pick up halls, it would be one of the 3 A people who are closer to halls. You do not leave your teammate alone on B in essentially a 1v5, but Sloth did play this round correctly, because from what I can see from the little, the thing on the minimap that shows where everybody's looking at, it looks like Sloth is holding mid, and it's just her tripwires on B, I would assume. So Sloth is playing this correctly. Being the solo on site, you're playing really defensively so that you're not rushed and instantly dead at the beginning of the round. Or you're not like playing alone in an angle where you can't get traded and you end up having no value. So Sloth played this well. Savvy, you almost did the right thing. If you saw that no one was holding balls, you need to call for your teammates to pick up balls, not for you to pick it up. Plus, Silva on Halls is a throw anyways. What does Silva bring to Halls that anybody else can't? You darting Halls gives you nothing. You droning Halls does nothing for you.
My dart hits like a lobby, but yeah, I shouldn't be going halls anyways. But that's like
Yep.
probably.
Miss V, why are you here?
I was wondering that too. I don't know. Maybe because I'm used to playing on A? I really don't know.
Well, my friend, this is where we go to break habits.
Okay.
You are playing on B from now on.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I say it. Like, I'll walk A every round. I'm like, no, I need to go mid.
Yes, my friend.
I played halls the previous round. I think I just saw someone there, so I just walked away.
And this is why we all gotta be like aware at the same time. Like, yes, we can like have fun and play around in the scrims and whatnot, but it doesn't mean that you can't also be focused on trying to win and making sure that you're doing the right thing, right? So, you, V, no way.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold tunnel and mid from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, sweet.
Good. Xavier, where do you play?
A site. Or
A?
like back site, yeah.
Yes, every round. Without fail. Even if Smitty is there, you play backside A. If Smitty is playing like Titty, you can play over by stairs or bridge, you can play somewhere that makes it a little bit easier for you to rotate. Peeker, you're never on it. Alright?
Alright, alright. I hear it.
Good. The only time you would ever be anywhere else is if you guys call a play for you guys to be anywhere else on the map. If there's no play call, you guys are defaulting.
I I need to learn. I need to start playing comp more for Breeze and lineup B. That's why I don't play B though. It's just because I hate B. But
You
I do
don't
see
even
the
need to
value
do
in it.
anything, B, my friend. All you do, the reason why you should hate Breeze, and like why I hate playing Breeze on Viper, is because it's a retake simulator. They cannot take B, so they go everywhere else. That's literally the worst thing that could happen to you. If they never go B, you're doing an amazing job. That's about it. There's really nothing much to say about it. You just sit B, and if they go A, which they should every single round, you can just walk over, throw your wall up, you're good to go for retake. GG. Alright.
Ooh, can you hold B alone, Chamber?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Joining in.
I'm mollied.
Could be in.
One's here.
Cypher's the
Yes.
mid then, if they're pushing A.
Just be close.
Oh, no.
Oh, bomb got him.
Yep,
Spike down A.
do we have mid control?
What is this alt here, Heeker?
I got on bomb. It covers bomb.
You had bomb now?
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, but I
Spike
saw that
down.
I mollied somebody off, and he went through my wall by himself. The Cypher, so I pushed him.
Yeah.
Because I had double wall. Yeah, and he had bomb, so I killed him, and then immediately ult on top of it.
Gotcha. Where's the call out that you had bomb? Did I miss that?
I think I called it.
He
I might
did-
not
he
have.
did call it. No, he called
did?
it.
I guess I
Yeah.
missed that. My fault. Let's see. So you ulted bomb. Your teammate's rotating. You still have tripwire. She's clearing out mid. Your teammate's coming back to go cover halls. Did you call out you were ulting? Did anybody hear that? Or am I just
I
missing
did not.
something?
I think I call it after I ult, but
Okay. So you need to call that when you're doing it or before you're doing it. Or you're going to ult bomb wall. So everybody understands what you're doing and knows what you're doing. This would be an amazingly perfect time to have a Sova backside here in this position to just throw that dart here, see where everybody is at. Oh wow, they can't go in because you guys can just spray through. But this is all anyways.
I'm doing the bird thing again for no reason.
You said what?
Oh, I'm doing the using util for no reason thing again.
Ah, you are.
I don't know. I think it's because I'm used to playing Sova. Just darting, birding, same thing.
I mean, but even if you're playing Sova, throwing the util for no reason as well is something that you don't want to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's what separates the good Sovas to the great Sovas. Is it's pretty easy to be a good Sova. He's a pretty, I don't want to say breakneck champ. I mean, he's somebody that like is, what's the word? Low skill ceiling? I mean, low skill floor. Anybody can kind of pick him up, throw a dart, wall bang, spray through, whatever. But if you really want to be good at Sova and really want to get the most value out of your util, you can't be throwing them willy-nilly. And like the same thing that I said about the whole your bird recharges and you want to be making sure you get the most value out of it is for info. It's the same thing with Sova. You kind of want to hold on to your drone as much as possible unless you really, really need to use it for information. And you want to be using your dart as much as possible because the more darts you use, excuse me, the more you use your dart, the more you'll get back anyways because it'll keep recharging if you keep using it on cooldown for information anyways. And knowing when to use your dart and where to use it is also a part of getting value out of that util. But you don't want to be using it randomly for no reason whatsoever. What I have noticed so far is that you haven't used your dog at all, have you?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've seen your dog all game long.
I've been really passive. Like, I get scared and I just back off. That's what I'm noticing right now.
It's good that you're picking up on that. Your dog is another piece of utility. It's just like the drone. You play Sova a lot, so you know when to use drone. It's the same way with the dog. You can dog people in the same way you drone people in. You can dog declare corners, declare to just find out information. It's the same exact thing as Sova drone. Just a little bit better because you can concuss and make plays off of it. But I'm surprised that you haven't used your dog once yet. Like right now would be a great time to use your dog.
Why?
To get info on whether anybody's bricks because Silva's not here yet. I'm pretty sure Silva darted already and you shouldn't have your dart back up. It's a minute 13, so your dart should be like 20 seconds left on its cooldown. It would be a great time to use it. Oh, my bad, I unpaused. It'd be a great time to dog up because you'll be able to clear from where you are here to right city to bricks and even all the way deep into main if you can to try and get info on where they are and if they're anywhere close to your Viper. Then you'd be able to walk up and push onto site for free because you know that all this area is clear. And let's see.
I don't know. Okay. Because I'm just assuming they're close because bomb was dropped. And I don't want to be pushed while I'm in the dog mode thing.
Which is why you do it from cover.
Okay, okay.
You're in container.
You could potentially sit just behind Tit because I have it ulted on the left side. Smitty's watching the crossover and Sloth has your mid. So you could just do it from Tit, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Behind left or right is fine.
If she wants to be even safer, she could do it from container as well. There's no issue. If you end up dying, it's because your teammates aren't holding you. If
Okay,
you all the way to container, don't stress it. It's a team game. It's not just you. It's not ranked anymore, you know?
I need
to help you out that you can trust.
Yeah.
It's the same way as Jet whenever Jet is entering. Like, in ranked, I understand not like being passive and not wanting to entry because no one can get your trade, right? But you're on a team now, right? So if your job as a Jet, your role as a Jet is to dash and create the space so that everybody else can follow up and you gain the information, then hey, I died, bro. I would go 0 and 20 on Jet. Doesn't mean that I played bad. I did my role. I did my job. It's unfortunate that I couldn't get a kill, but I did what my teammates needed to, and I enabled my team to take site every single round. If I'm dying because I'm on dog and my teammates didn't cover me, that's not because it was a bad time to dog, it's because I asked for cover, I let my team know that I was covering, and my team didn't cover me. Don't be afraid. Trust me, if you make a bad play, I will let you know. But
okay, thank you.
You're fine. So have a little more confidence in yourself and have a little more confidence on the team. Understand that it was like a trial game for you. I believe this is one of your tryout games, right, Beaker?
I think
Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, have a little more faith. And I might be going, actually, I'll take it a little bit easier on you. I might be going a bit too hard because this is probably like your first VOD review session, and it's probably like the first time you've ever sat down and really looked over your gameplay. And like, have looked to see any like mistakes you've done.
And
improve on.
No need to take it easy. I got this. It is my first. I'm really enjoying this. Like looking over.
Good.
Learning.
I was just making sure I'm not like too hard on you and like making you off put or anything like that.
Oh, all good. Thank you.
Want to make sure that you understand that like I'm not targeting you or anything.
Mm-hmm.
The person I really want to target every bot review is Sloth. Oh my gosh, bro! I need to take that ego away from that girl.
What?
Oh
I mean, a lack of.
Back, so I mean, I was telling her just last week she needs to be pushing shit more, man. Like, you have a get away for free button, just press E. I don't know why you're so scared. You're built different. I've seen you click on heads. You've sat me down a couple times too. Like, I don't know, man. All good though. Alright, let's continue. You all bomb. Let's see how you guys play this. Oh, I didn't play it. There you
Who's
go.
classicing?
I can get them if
I got bomb.
Right side, main, Sova.
I got the rotates, don't worry.
Okay.
They're rotating, yep.
Did they grab bomb there? I think I just heard you say they grabbed bomb,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They grabbed bomb as I like peeked away. I think I should have probably called for somebody to like. I don't know.
And
I didn't
you
think
said
they had the
rotated.
timing. Yeah. I can't
So
believe
why'd
they
you
had the
choose to
rotate.
run up here? I mean, not run, but like walk up here.
Oh yeah, this was a bot play, and well, I saw three leave like outside of there, and I thought it was the whole team, and I didn't expect Jet in that corner, and we had him crunched right there. Because if you look Sky and Jet Chamber there, I thought we could get a nice little pinch going on.
Sky's over here, backside A.
Not Sky. Who's that? Oh, is that their
Sova.
Sky?
Silver.
No, that's their Sky.
That's
That
Silver
Chamber's
mid.
fighting.
That's their Sky, yes.
I see.
Oh,
Alright, Heeker. That was a really, really, really bad, horrible play. We will
Yeah.
never do that again.
No, I agree. Yeah, immediately after. I might have even said it in the VOD.
Good. I wanna hear that as well. I wanna hear how bad you were on yourself.
I'm sure I say I throw too often.
Oh yeah, this was definitely a throw. On top of that, Xavi, you ended up giving up halls here, which someone could have been lurking up halls. This is why we definitely need that trip there, that slow orb, the slow whatever chamber slow in there. Because then you don't have to devote a body into halls, you'll know somebody walked up. And I'm pretty sure this round, how I see this round happening is as someone walks up halls here, probably gets a kill on you lurking here, or peeks bridge and gets someone, or comes super late here. I think Sloth loses this fight, or even if you do win this fight, Sloth, you get instantly traded. They take B, and then you guys are in a 3v3 retake.
Where? Oh.
Nope, Sloth does not win the fight. Sloth, you lost the fight to a classic, my friend.
I think that two people swung me. That's all I know. And I got double dinged.
Unfortunate times, my friend. Why are you standing out in the open fighting two people, Sloth?
I have no clue. I must have had a teleport or something, but maybe it wasn't ready.
Forget your teleport. Where's the cover, my friend? You heard
Don't
that-
have it.
You heard that they were rotating, and you're standing out in the open. You can still watch them crossing from over here, which has more cover. I said over here, my bad. The mid wall.
Mhm.
Where you can't see my mouse, but the mid wall with the little stuff on the right and left of it. You can be on the right side, and you can even be even close up on the right from where you died from. There's still cover over there. Why are you out in the open, Sloth?
I have no clue.
Alright. You want to put yourself in cover in that situation because you gotta be prepared for anything. You gotta be prepared for someone to swing out on you. Things can happen. Someone's gonna be in a corner randomly. You kind of have to like have that in your mind that this could happen at any time, which is why you don't run with your knife out, right?
Mhm.
No one ever runs with their knife out in scrims and whatnot because anybody could be on any side lurking. So why would you do the same thing by being out in the open?
Mhm.
Especially when your teammates call that they're rotating. As soon as I hear that call that they're rotating and that they're falling back or that they grab bomb, I'm already looking for cover. I'm probably already rotating over to B, which you don't need to do. Like, you being where you are is a perfectly fine situation. Just be in cover because then you don't end up getting double dinked for being out in the open. You probably get one person, maybe two. And even if you don't, you're the closest person to rotate into B. Right now, you're in charge of 75% of the map. You dying in that situation gives them an open B. They can probably pick up your gun. Now, if they were on eco, they have jet knives, 2 guns, and like, I don't know, whatever else they forced up. And you turned a winnable round into probably a winnable round for them. First off, Hika, you pushed up, you already have a man advantage. They grab bomb, alright, so what? We just fall back and we shift our defense over. We over-rotated already a little bit, we can just shift back and just continue playing defense. You have the man advantage, you have better guns. Don't push up and give that up for no reason whatsoever.
Agreed.
That was a throw. And then an even bigger throw was Sloth standing out in the open. So, yes, stuff that we definitely don't do. And then on top of that, because we don't have anything in halls, they can walk up halls. So let's continue and see how this happens.
Oh no. Oh, they all. They're all there. They're going for my gun.
Yeah, let's.
Could they be 2?
There's 2 on there.
They have top mid control.
Yep.
They've got 1 gun.
I'm coming.
But no, probably later on.
So, the reason why I'm harsh on you guys, especially Smitty and Sloth in particular, is because I know that you guys as a team are good. As players, you guys are good. You guys can be good. But then, there's also times where stuff like this happens, right? And it's like, at the end of the day, if you want to get better, you just gotta put in the time and the effort to get better, right? But, Sloth, you're probably the most mechanical player on this team. You're probably the best player on this team. But you can't, like, I know I joke around with, like, the ego stuff and whatnot, and, like, I don't really mind it, and I know that you kind of need to get a little more ego for how you play, because I feel like you can be a little more aggressive and can take a little more liberties. But at the same time, you also have to be thinking, and you have to make sure that not only are you the best player mechanically on the team, you want to try and be you want to try and have the best game sense on the team as well. You want to be able to put yourself in a situation where you're not relying on your team to win you games, right? If you make a mistake, you're not relying on them to win rounds. If you're saying that if you're dead, the team is most likely to lose, or you're rotating a lot because you feel like if you're in a position to make an impact on the round, your team is more likely to win, then you want to start thinking about ways for you to stay alive as much as possible, or for you to impact the round as much as possible, right? So you want to put yourself in a position where you understand what the other team is doing, you know what like you should be doing, and you know what the right play is. That way you can show your mechanical prowess. Smitty, when you're hot, bro. When you're on fire, like, I mean, when you're hopping and like you're hitting shots, but I need you to be more consistent. Those 2 shots right there that you missed, probably the easiest shots in the world for you.
Yeah.
You probably are kicking yourself because you know you can hit those shots, right?
So, question on
You've
that.
hit harder shots before.
Do you have any recommended training specifically for opping?
For opping? I got you. I'll look through it later tonight. I'll probably give it to you early tomorrow morning or something like that.
All right.
It honestly just looks like you weren't paying attention to your crosshairs at all.
That does happen sometimes.
A lot of times.
That happens so much because as Winston and Ryan, I never looked at my crosshair. I never needed to, man.
You're a tank player.
It's so hard to fucking look at my crosshair the entire game. It's so fucking hard.
I know how it feels, bro. I play tanks, man. I'm a tank main. I love playing tanks. It feels like you have the most impact in the game when you play tanks. Excuse me. But you gotta be paying attention, and it's like, you just gotta get more consistent. These are shots that I've seen you hit. I've seen you hit harder shots. I know you can hit these shots if you really want to be good and you really want to help this team win games. I can't have you at the bottom of the leaderboard. You're our jet. You're our entry fragger, you're our duelist. You're the one who needs to be making these impact plays. I can't have you show up half of the time and then half of the time not show up, man.
Yeah.
I promise you, if you hit more of these shots and you're more consistent, I promise you most of these games that end up close, you guys stomp the other team. You blow them out. Even without, playbooks and all that, and, like, understanding what to do in map knowledge and rotations and this, that, and the third. Just some mechanical stuff as well. Like, in this league that you guys are in, I promise you, you guys are probably the best team in the league if you all are just hitting shots. Savvy, I know you're cracked. You're probably like the most consistent player on the team, Xavier.
Yep, thank
When
you.
I see you like hitting shots, you're insane. Whenever you're able to just play a sentinel on a site and hold it down, like I see you get like 2 or 3, you always get yours. Always. And like I need to see this more consistently from you guys, especially you, Smitty there.
Mhm.
I need you to be tense, alright? This is your world, my friend. Hit these shots. Simple as that.
Mhm.
You know they're going to get the gun. Your teammate knows they're gonna get the gun. Everybody in the world, everybody in the server knows they're trying to go get that gun mid. It's a eco round for them. Can't miss that shot. I don't care if 3 of them swing you. You gotta get one.
Mhm.
And then they repeat you again. You know how illegal that is? That Sky repeaking you mid is so illegal.
Mhm.
Should never happen. Ever. No one should ever repeat an op. Dry. She didn't even flash you. She didn't even flash you. That's so illegal. That's the freest kill of your life.
Mhm.
Alright? I need you to be as hard on yourself as I am on you right now.
All
I
right.
need you to be that consistent. I need you to be that guy where I have an op in my hands, I will impact the game however I want. You need to hit any other site besides mine. If I'm opping on this site, you better rotate. You better get the fuck out of here. Because you're not taking my site. I'm getting a 4K every time. Alright?
Mhm.
That's the mentality I need you to have, my friend. V, you were
Also,
about to say something,
question.
right?
Yeah. We gave up halls, I guess, because of the spike was down, I guess. But would pushing down halls been a good idea?
Pushing the halls would have been a play.
Okay.
It's something you could have done.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna say it's the right or wrong play because, like I said, there could have been a tripwire there, or I mean a trap. I'm so used to Cypher. Could have been a trap there.
Right.
Or you could have just walked up halls there.
Okay.
Either play is fine. Walking up halls is a little more risky, so to say. But I don't think that's a bad play or a bad risk to take at all, as long as you understand what you're giving up for it and you understand what you're doing. Excuse me. And you know what you're doing, then it's perfectly fine.
Okay. Thank you.
What else was I gonna say there? And like I said, now I thought that Sloth gets a kill there, and it's a 3v3. Now it's a 3v4. They have jet knives, 2 guns. I don't think you guys win this round. I really don't. But if Smitty gets those 2 kills mid, you guys win this round.
Mhm.
But I don't think you guys win this round
They
anymore.
have 2 guns.
Oh.
Jazz knives.
Spike planted.
Hunted B.
I think Sova's still mid.
If I were you guys, this is a save round. Especially
Inside
after
2
noticing
door.
someone's halls here.
Wait, Jet. Viper's somewhere close to you.
Not pushing it.
He has stuff.
Oh, he's sniping in a Marshall.
I'm being backside. Arrowing.
Oh, sorry. Tunnel clear.
No one's backside. I think they're all playing main.
Yep. You guys are gonna have to push this now, or are you gonna have to save?
We don't have these.
Hold up. Did I miss a shot? What happened there? Okay, so V kills the guy who's hiding behind box. Alright.
We just
cool.
out-fragged them.
2 people are main. These kids are horrible. You guys saying that this is a close game? This should have never been close at all. I'm glad we're voting this because I need to see what more mistakes you guys made, and I need to see if your breeze is really that bad that even these guys can get close on you guys. Because I 100% believe that you guys should be shitting on these kids. Oh, I don't know.
One enemy.
With him.
Silva ulti. Why are you scoped in here, Smitty?
I think I wasn't paying attention to the kill feed and I saw someone there when moving up.
You saw someone here while moving up. Wasn't paying attention to kill feed. Part of it is also comms. No one's really calming that there's only one left, or it's last alive, or people are dead. Someone did calm that there's no real time and you guys had to move fast. They Silva ultied, so even more of a chance for you not to win this round. I think you guys can still win this round, actually. If you guys were kind of more aware and more on top of it, there's only one person alive. Someone can die to the Sova ulti and get a half, and then another person can hop on right after he dies. But I don't think you guys are really, like, in that state of mind and really didn't understand that you guys could do that. So right now it's just the save. V's already hightailing it out.
I was gonna kill the Sova, and then he kills me.
Silva, you tap bomb here. I think you just get off. This round is losable. As soon as there's Silva ultis, you just run. The round's over. There's nothing you could do. In your eyes, there's nothing you could do. You just get out of there. Maybe you are holding a half. Maybe your brain is as big as mine, and you're holding a half so your team can hold a half and win the round. But you're not calming that. So how are we supposed to know what you're thinking? You know? And then Smitty, 5-head activities, 5-head plays. I think you might even die from the bomb here because you're scoped up trying to get a kill, Smitty. Is the kill even really that important? You said you saw someone there. Is it more important than you surviving with the op and impacting the next round?
Probably not.
Especially since you guys don't even have the eco to really buy into the next round. You can't reinvest into an op next round. And with 3 people up, you know, you guys can just drop 2 guns over and you guys are able to buy for the next 2 rounds, maybe even 3. And there was the call that you guys should save. So, I mean, this isn't worth. You end up dying. V ends up trying to fight the Sova instead of saving the op, which is like, it's fine, no one called to save the op, that's fine. And like, you wanted to get the kill on Sova, but really, V, was that worth to get the kill on Sova?
Thought I could kill him.
Fair enough. I mean, but what's one kill really gonna do for you?
Add the stats.
Save the gun.
The only person who needs stat padding right now is Sloth, and she's dead, so you're chilling. But yeah, I think this is definitely an instance where it's like, we gotta save the op. We needed to bring it to the next round.
I didn't think Jet would die, but okay.
Yeah, Jet's kind of 5-head. It's all good. It's not your fault. Our 5-head Jet will now understand to save the op. You know Polly, right? Smitty?
He was the KO Ascent game that we played against them, Smitty.
Yeah.
He's usually on Jet all the time, even ranked. And like, the number one thing you kind of want to do as an op crush Jet is you want to prioritize that op into the next round, right? Like, you're getting the impact that you're getting because you're opting, right? I'm not saying throw a 1v1 because you gotta save, my guy, but you really need that op into the next couple of rounds. Do you feel like as yourself as a player that if you have the op in the hands, you can win every round?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Well, it looks like so far this day wasn't that day, but
yeah.
Either way, you kind of want to save the most expensive gun on the floor. Same kind of rules in CS, same rules in this game. The most expensive weapon, you want to bring it over into the next round. That's the biggest investment. Having that op into the next round. Let's say even if you are having a bad day on the op. I mean, Sloth can op. I mean, Peeker says he can op, but I mean, you know, like, you can bring it over. Someone else can use it if you're not having a good day on it. And sometimes when you're in that slump, you just gotta shoot your way out of it, honestly. But yeah, that was definitely, you can't die with the op in that situation.
Yeah.
Round was over, everything was lost, you can't die. Xavier dies, I mean, hey, it's all good. Like, all she had was a Vandal anyways, and like, she was going for it. I don't think there was a way she could have got out. Yeah, you definitely could have got out.
Yeah.
And then V, you end up dying to Sova. It is what it is. It happens sometimes, you know.
That was a little slow in the rotate after we found out they were rotating. We figured that out long.
No, my friend. It wasn't slow on the rotate. We threw the round. Alright.
Long time ago, you guys probably could have gone.
This in a Viper Apollo slot. You got. Can you?
Yeah, we need
Molly. You gotta trip that. Yeah.
I don't have.
Like, she came late as fuck.
Can someone buy me a Spectre?
Oh, fuck. Did you press tab this round? I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. I'll just go back. Alright, here we go.
This has got to be my last round, by the way. It's late as fuck.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
I'm still recording it if you want to watch it later if we keep going.
Yeah, for sure. So now Aiko is in a really shitty situation here, right? We just lost another round. They forced up that round with like 2 of their players saving, so and Silva even like survived, so they have another gun. They're in a great place economically. They don't have max money, but they might as well have it. This is your last round of force. You're broke as hell here. If you even saved the op over, you could have bought another weapon for your teammates, so you would be in a little better state, eco-wise. Sloth can't buy here. She needs the orb for her ulti, so she's probably gonna do something aggressive and B to get it. Sloth can buy. I mean, not Sloth. He can buy. Everybody can buy. You're on light armor and you don't have any smokes. I think you end up buying 1 smoke anyways, but you're not in a good place. You guys don't have the best util. This is gonna be a rough round for you to win, and if you do end up having to lose this round, you're gonna be in an even rough situation next round. So let's see what happens here.
We figured that out a long time ago. You guys probably could have gone.
This in a Viper Apollo slot. You got. Can you?
Yeah, we need
Molly. You gotta trip that. Yeah.
I don't have.
Like, she came late as fuck.
Can someone buy me a Spectre?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take care of Halls then if someone else wants to.
What are you watching, Joe?
So I had
Grabbing
knives
Garmin.
here and I didn't buy Sloth.
I'm tagged.
I'm up, Elder.
Dashed in, Jet. Flashing.
Nice shot, good
Nice.
dash.
I'm rotating.
Oh, it's me with the weird flashes again.
V, did you say something?
Oh, sorry, I just said it's. I'm doing the weird flashes again. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's all good. Well, I want to say your flash there wasn't bad. You understand right now, after what I said earlier, that it's not the most ideal.
Mhm.
It's not like your flash was bad in this situation, right? Because
Why?
by the time you would your team would rotate over, you would be able to recharge that flash. You still have 1 flash, and the retake can still come in, right? You're not like, yes, you didn't push with it, but you did slow down their push. It wasn't like before where you were trying to stop them from pushing through a wall which they weren't gonna push through anyways, and like didn't have the means to do anything with it anyways. But right here, you slow down the fight and all that good stuff, whatever. Your Jet got a pick, so you know they're not as close, and it's not like you're looking to run in through or do something, you know, ballsy. What you could have done is coordinated with your Jet, right? And flashed for your Jet to swing out of that smoke, right? With the op.
Mhm.
It wouldn't have allowed Jet to do anything differently. Maybe whoever was in main gets flashed, so Jet gets the pick and doesn't have to waste her dash to get out. But either way, it's fine, right? Like that would probably be the most ideal situation there. But
Would flashing just to, scare them a bit be a good use of a flash?
it's not bad. Like I said, it's not ideal, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Let's see. You guys both double walk up mid, which is fine. It's fine that you both push down and get a pick there. What I don't like about it is that it leaves B open and that you have nobody covering B, but they're not over there that round anyways, right? And I feel like if you do decide to double up, walk up mid, this is not a bad round to do it. You know that someone is lurking every round and they're either lurking halls or they're lurking mid. So you decide to deal with the lurk early, and you know that now you're available to flank and do whatever. Because you know the rest are probably in A main after getting that one pick, right? So now, you end up getting a free gun mid. Someone had a Spectre this round. I think it's the Sky, right?
Sloth did. Chamber.
Sloth has a Spectre? Oh, well, Sloth is at Halls, so she can't even pick up that gun. But you do end up getting 2 picks for free, right? Here's what I would love to see from you guys. You guys are in a man advantage. You don't have bomb, you don't know where bomb is, you do know where they are, but you don't need to throw away your advantage, right? So what you could do right now in this situation, after you just double walked up and got a pick, and you got a pick on A, is that you can all look to reset. And by resetting, I mean just fall back and go right back into your default as if nothing happened, as if it's the start of the round. Because now you're in a 3v5, and yes, they have all of the map to play with, and they can do whatever they want, but you have the man advantage, and you can just be able to outtrade them, right? So if you two mid were to just fall back and go back to playing B or in Sniper's Nest or Tunnel or wherever you're playing, I wouldn't be mad with that at all. Because you still have people A to hold for everything else. Jet's still outping. If she wanted to, she could pick up the mid and Sky can just worry about A. You already have someone who's pushing up into halls, which I kinda would like to see the person fall back from halls. Because all you have is a Spectre. I don't even want you to be playing halls if you have a Spectre anyways. Or like, they just outrange you massively. You're not getting 4 dinks on someone all the way across the map with your Spectre, so I mean, but it's fine here. You guys also do the play where you're all just trying to crunch them and trap them in a main, which is perfectly fine. It's not like, it's just 2 different ways you could play it, if that makes sense. It's not like there's a right or wrong way, it's just a different option that you could take.
I mean, Chamber does have the sheriff, so that's okay for
Oh yeah,
long
Chamber
range.
does have the share, so she can play halls with it.
Hmm.
Let's double peek this.
Oops, I blamed myself.
48 on champion. They went up to.
Alright. First off, I don't think that flash was the worst flash, because you do get the information if they're still like kind of in main and could and are holding you. But I feel like your flash could have been way deeper and gotten the same value or even more value than it did right here. Because when you flash close like that, you're assuming that they're out on site already, like close to you, right? And that your flash can't travel that far. But if you were to flash deeper, you would have got the information that they're not playing in main and maybe that they're not even playing in shop or anything like that, right?
Mhm. I wasn't really.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. I wasn't really looking at where I was flashing. I might have been trying to do like a play, like flashing behind me and swinging. But I understand like the deeper flash thing.
Because right now you're not using the flash to gain space. What you're trying to do right now with your flash is just to gain info, right? So what you want to do is you want to try and get the most info that you can with that flash.
Mhm.
And the most info that you can get with that flash is by flashing deeper into main.
Okay.
Not as close there. If you're flashing close, it's mainly to fight. That's what you're flashing close for. Or through a wall or through something like that. You're looking to fight. When you're
Mhm.
flashing far like that in those situations, you're looking to gain info. And that's what you're looking for in this situation. You know there's two, well, at the time there was 3 people left, and you're just looking to see if they're still there, or if they're walked out or anything like that. So you're just looking for info. Was that like the simplest, easiest way to kind of simplify what your flashes do? Sloth ends up getting a pick from walking down halls, but she does get picked, which leaves halls open. Who knows what's the right thing to do here? Who would you rotate over in this situation to pick it up?
Maybe Jet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm closest.
Just kind of risky though, right? Does he? Because he's gonna beat Smitty on the timing, unless he's like full knife.
Sure. Could updraft though, and then just hit the button and have the op. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's risky playing op at such a close angle.
So
I don't
me or-
know who. I mean,
So how would
honestly,
you-
so like what I think, like, because I don't feel like we have a good person to cover it. Like, I feel like it's almost better to just give that shit and play main, right? And just like watch either exit out of it. I don't know.
Wait, I have to go. If that's
Yeah, no
okay.
worries.
Okay.
Then if you're going, stay here for like 1 more minute. I'll tell you kind of how I would rotate around the map here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, before 11. Sorry.
yep, you can either have, I'm gonna say it really quickly for you to go. You can either have the jet updraft onto bridge, like you said, and yes, maybe their timing would be better and they'd be closer. So it'd be a little bit rough for the jet. Or you could have the Sova back up and go to Sniper and Nest and hold the halls, push them there, right? Jet would continue to hold main, and Sky would help hold main and would wait to see if they open the doors, and you'd be helping them halls. Viper would stay mid and just behind cover, look to see if they're crossing into their spawn, so that you have all areas of the map taken care of. Alright, you can go, Xavier.
Okay. Alright, you guys have a nice.
Good night. Bye.
Thanks, Xavier. But yeah. Or another thing you could do is you could have the Sova hold, where she's holding right now, holding the angle. Viper can walk down into their spawn and look to fight them in that situation. And like you said, give a pause. Jet can just turn and hold bridge, and all's gravy.
Fake. Going up tube.
They're in our spawn.
Midi, just contain.
Can someone watch my bridge?
Viper, what are you watching?
Pushing this.
Where the
That's a good question. What are you watching there, Geeker?
I didn't realize Smitty had that in spawn.
You're essentially holding nothing at the moment, but like you said,
Yeah.
you didn't realize that Smitty is holding Nest. You're out in the open, doing absolutely nothing of no value to this round right now. So when the stuff like that happens, you got to look to reposition yourself to gain value, because right now you're doing nothing and you're holding nothing. So, and Smitty can't really walk out because Smitty can get shot from his back right now. So can V. V can't really hold bridge because if she does, someone can walk out main on her. Either way, you guys aren't really in the best situation position-wise. But the other team is bad, so you guys probably win this round
did that
anyways.
come from?
Nice shot.
Yeah, like, how to explain that? Like, what are you doing?
There's another one. They're probably behind you. No.
That was the most brain-dead play I've seen in my life. Coming in at this game this close. It shouldn't have been.
I've got my ult.
I'll pause it for a second. Do we wanna leave this here? If Corpse
Up to you
also has to
guys.
go, or do we?
Who has to go right now, by the way? Just like, so I can get a show of hands, kind of.
I should probably do it. I got work in the morning.
Alright.
Yeah, I can stay up late tonight, but normally I would be in bed like an hour ago.
No worries. What time is it right now, actually?
It's
can know, like,
midnight.
Midnight.
time. It is midnight?
I think we
Holy
need to
shit.
start our VOD days a bit
Way early.
earlier because we're running a lot of time on this, which I like. But
It's mostly that, like, it's like, hey, you guys are kind of on the newer side, and not really newer side as in, like, you guys don't know each other type of thing at all. It's newer as in, like, you guys are still trying to learn everything, try to understand how to be a team, this and a third. You guys have, like, a lot of room for improvement, a lot to gain, and a lot to, like, get from this, right?
mhm.
And there's always going to be a lot of mistakes that you make because you guys are newer and you don't really know what to do in certain situations, and newer as a team and whatnot. So there's a lot to go over,
Mhm.
which is a good and bad thing. Which means like you got a lot to learn, a lot of potential, this and the third. But at the same time, there's always going to be times like these where it feels like it drags on, if that makes sense. Right?
Mhm.
Like I offered last week, anytime you want, I'm always here for personal VODs. Just give me a DM. If I'm busy, I'll let you know. If I'm not, I'll let you know. I'll make space. I'll make time in my schedule. Just hit me up and we can solo VOD whenever. And I can just work on your individual plays and whatnot. For the team VODs, we can try to maybe get them earlier, or we can try to get like 2 days of VODs going on if
Mhm.
possible, if it works with your schedules and whatnot. Just so that we can get as much covered as possible, because I
Yeah.
know that, like, once y'all start picking these stuff up and y'all start making less mistakes, there'll be less to VOD.
Mhm.
There'll always be a lot of VOD. Well, not lots of
Yeah.
VOD, but there'll always be stuff to like improve and look on and like mistakes to work through. But it won't be as not strenuous, but like not as time consuming as this one.
Mhm. Yeah, just even for a couple of weeks, it might not be bad to throw an extra VOD day in.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Alright, we'll
Yeah,
catch you.
GG's.
GG's.
He's my friend. I'll yell at you another day, Heeker. For sure. Alright, who's staying?
Me.
I'm down to stay for a little bit.
For a little bit. What about you, Slaw? How long you staying up for? Slow. Raina Main. You there? Uh-oh, did she fall asleep?
Possibly.
Understandable. I guess she had a long day. She did end up coming here late. It's fine. I mean, who else to say? Hostra was here too, right?
Mhm.
Oh, she says she doesn't have her headphones on.
Oh.
Oh, crisis with Personaro. No issues. No worries. Let me see if she wants us to wait.
I mean, if it's just two of us, it might be worth it
Yeah,
to just
Sloth
wait
said-
for everyone to keep going.
Sloth said she's just oh, she said keep going for recording's sake. Do y'all want to stop here? Let me know. Your choice.
I could go either way. I'm fine to go to bed now, or I'm also fine to go a little bit longer.
All good, my friend. Sleep is a good part of the equation. Go get you some rest. if V is still here, you want V, we can do a personal VOD and go over just like your gameplay. Or when Sloth is back, me and Sloth can also go over her personal gameplay and stuff she can work on, or any questions like that. But if you're tired, Smitty, don't stress it. I already told you the main concern I have about you, and like the main thing that you gotta work on is that consistency, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when you get hot, you're fast, man. You're a fast hopper. You're hard to peak, hard to really, what's the word? Hard to really hold down, especially if you're playing with Sloth, playing off of each other
Mm-hmm.
and really peeking off each other. You guys are kind of insane together as a duo, so don't stress it. You just gotta make sure you have a lot more on days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As far as that, like I've been doing at minimum Kovacs basically every day. I have a playlist that I run through. I don't know if it's good to do more deathmatch, just try to fit more of that in, or if there's other stuff I should be doing.
One sec, one sec.
Is your scope sense the same as your normal sense?
I don't think I touched my scope sense, so it's on whatever default is probably.
Okay. I don't know. That's like what everyone does, and there's just me. I have like my scope sense is lower than my normal sense.
Mm.
Some people have like, I don't know, 0.8 or something higher or something lower.
Yeah, I have it on 0.68. So I like flick a lot.
I have my default at like 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, no stress. What was it that you X against, Smitty? My bad, I was dealing with
Oh, just as far as gaining consistency and practicing aim, I have a Kovacs playlist that I run through basically every day. I don't know if I should just be doing more deathmatch or if I should be trying to do other things. Like, what is the recommendation here?
So my recommendation is aim trainers are great and all, right? I love me some aim trainers. Like it's really helpful. Aim trainers are helpful. Like no one can tell me that they're not. It's good to help and train your aim and train your muscle memory, which is what you're really doing.
Mm-hmm.
Is what you really want to be doing anyways, is training the muscle memory. But at the same time, you don't really get the in-game or like the player to player interaction, if that makes sense. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can only train a game by playing that game. And like I'm not saying to run more death matches. I'm just saying that like you can do the normal Kovacs training that you do every day. But I'm saying throw in some death matches where you're Deagle only or you're op
Mm-hmm.
only and like set like a target number of kills for you to get, right? I'm not saying go until you win or whatever or keep going or go for like an hour or whatnot. Set a target for like all your death matches. It's like if
Okay.
you're going on a Deagle death match and you know you're probably not going to win a death match or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
you're not looking for it. So like
Yeah.
a target of
Usually, when I play
15 or something.
deathmatch, I just do Deagle only. Sometimes I'll do Scout if I want to mix it up.
I say you definitely do. Say you definitely do the Deagle only, for sure. Because that'll just help all like aspects, all weapons. Um, sometimes I even go classic only. That's just because like I play CS before and like Glock only deathmatches was what I used to do because I felt like training your Glock that was the best weapon to train to get better at all weapons individually and just aim in
Mm-hmm.
general.
I
So
don't know.
sometimes classic
Training
only.
Glock to me, because you have the inaccuracy, it I don't know. I don't know if I like training it just because I feel like I'm gonna potentially not really get good accuracy because it's hard to tell if you're missing your shot or if the gun is missing.
Which is perfectly fine, which is why like the classic thing is only for me because I'm like a player who I suck at pistols. Horrible at pistols. The Deagle is fine, the Ghost is fine, but like that classic is just not my weapon. So it's something
Mm-hmm.
that I personally do. but I definitely think you do Deagle for sure. Maybe like a game or two, just rifling, you know, Vandal and Phantom, just so you can like mix it up and still have the feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely focus on like 2, 3, maybe 4 games of just op, scout, because that's all you really use as an op crush jet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be as comfortable with your weapon as possible. You want to be able to kind of limit test yourself and push yourself to the point where you know you can hit those shots. Like I said, those shots were easy for you.
Yeah.
Like you whiffing those, like there's not shots you normally whiff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just having an off day. You want to minimize as many off days as possible. Whether that be because you're so consistent that like you don't really get off days, or it's like you're just on fire all the time.
Mm-hmm.
By training that up, you know what shots you can hit, what flicks you can hit. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're only holding an angle in deathmatch. Try your best to do like quick scopes and like other stuff like that. You want to push yourself to the limit of what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way to get better. Push yourself in uncomfortable, awkward situations, and you will eventually be comfortable with them because you'll be able to do those.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the best way to kind of train that. Any other questions, my friend?
Not from me.
Alright. What about you, V?
I'm here.
I'm gonna take that as a no questions.